pardon me. Good morning, pardon us, rather. Welcome in to this morning's edition of Cup of Joe on Campus, presented to you by Talking the Line Sports Media, your hostess with the mostest, your humbled, honored, hyped, and always handicapping host, Colton Colt Soroka, and your co-host. To my left here, to my right on your screen, as per usual, the man, the myth, the degenerate gambling legend, and TTL's resident Southsider and cheesehead himself, Mr. Riley RMags Magnuson. Partner, how you doing over there today, pal?
My man, doing fantastic. Making sure I'm not falling out of my chair, literally dancing on the show this morning, because I got a nice little lean back chair that I have absolutely done that before. So I actually thought I was real close to eating it as we popped on. So that would have been maybe one of these days that'll happen. But hey, I'm doing fantastic, dude. I'm ready to get rocking and rolling. What is it? 130 something games today we're about to break down.
We had some cancellations. We had some postponements.
Oh, that's right.
That son of a bitch, Uncle COVID, ravaging a few teams, a few big-name teams. We'll talk about that. But 112 officially college basketball games on today's slate. Before we talk about that at all, make sure you hit that subscribe button, that like button, that follow button, wherever you are watching this episode of Cup of Joe on Campus. As you know, only available on YouTube and our social media platforms. We do not release this via audio podcast version. So thank you so much for tuning in. Make sure you hit all that good stuff. Leave us a comment. Jump in the live chat if you're watching live. We'll be more than happy to break down any games that we don't have action on. We're going to break down every game on the slate, so if we don't cover anything you're interested in, or maybe it's nothing to do with college basketball at all, you just want to know what type of coffee we're sipping on today, hey, drop it in the chat. We'll be more than happy to answer it. Speaking of what type of coffee we are sipping on here today, might as well get the morning formalities right out of the way here and early. Lift your glasses to me, to you over there, partner, and to all you beautiful people sipping the black elixir of the gods here, COJOC this morning. Take your sip. Be right back.
I thought you were actually going to drop down what cup you were drinking.
Oh, I am. I have vanilla bean creme brulee in the Don't Tread on Me glass this morning.
Sorry.
You're damn right, partner, pal. What you got over there in that mug of yours?
Folgers. Your standard
Folgers
Folgers.
in your
Mr.
cup.
Folgers.
Hey, Folgers in your cup, ain't nothing wrong with that. But yeah, I am a little bit foo-foo when it comes to my coffee. It is what it is. I got a little caramel macchiato in there, a little toasted almond caramel, if you will, caramel, depending on wherever you find yourself. You want to be a little more fancy from time to time. I don't know. What I do know is I love my foo-foo coffee. So it was only right that we decided to make a Cup of Joe on Campus podcast so we can wake up together, talk some shit about the daily collegiate slates, and drink some foo-foo coffee along the way. So, ladies and gentlemen, without further ado, no more hesitation, no more delay. We have a loaded slate that will get underway at 11 p.m. Central, or 11 a.m. I'm sorry, I was looking at 12 p.m. here Eastern Time. 11 a.m. Central Standard Time, concluding tonight at, let's see, with all the postponements, 9 p.m. Central Standard Time. So, grab your coffee, grab your energy drinks, get your nitroglycerin pills, get ready to rock and roll, because it is going to be an absolutely loaded day. Without further ado, partner, you got anything on your side of the screen before we kick things off here with the first game on tap?
No, sir, I don't think so. Any recap from last night? I mean, had an okay day Big East-wise. Xavier took care of business. Georgetown got waxed. Other than that, man, I got nothing.
I don't have anything major. Not the best day for me either. Yesterday, thought I was going to bounce back, but that means today is the bounce back of all bounce backs. Spent some extra time in the lab last night. I was up late last night. Let's just talk about only got a few hours of sleep because I wanted to bring the ultimate winners to today's show. Nothing but ticket cashers. I'm not messing around today whatsoever. I got time to sleep when I die. I was hunting winners late last night and early into this morning.
We got time to sleep in May, baby.
Oh, we got time to sleep in May. Are you kidding me? Absolutely. And then when I die after that. But I got the markets in front of me. I got the full schedule right here. Everything in between. Partner, let's kick it off. First game on tap. It is time. Episode number 8 of the Cup of Joe on Campus podcast is... It's a great day to be a Duke. The Duquesne Dukes against the UMass Minutemen. My friends, even though I just prefaced what I said to start this one off with, it is not going to be a great day to be a Duke, my friends, and you should not be back in the Duquesne Dukes in this spot. I actually have a play out of this one. As always, we'll drop it in the ticker here in a minute, but a couple key ones on this. I was up when this line opened last night. Opened at 4.5, and I just threw it in the bet slip. I was like, that seems really, really, really advantageous, really valuable where that number's at. Threw it into the bet slip. By the time I locked it in, about an hour and a half, 2 hours later, it had already shot up to 5.5. Settled around 5 at the market, but it won't dare go back down to 4.5. They messed up putting it a little bit too low. I think I would be okay with this going up to maybe 6.5, 7.5. I think the Minutemen handled the Dukes really easily here today. They've just been able to dominate on their home hardwood, and I'll tell you a little bit about that. So UMass 4-2 against the number, last 6 overall, 7-6 straight up and ATS overall this season. So you can see they're getting a little bit better here with recency. They did have a little bit of a scuffle a few weeks back, but I think they're getting back into form, 4-2 against the number last 6. They are also undefeated against the number and straight up at home, 6-0 in both categories, and not against any slouch teams. They covered a -9.5 against UMBC, one outright against Penn State as 4-point dogs. They beat UMass Lowell as 9.5-point favorites, Harvard as 5-point favorites, Fairfield as 2-point favorites, and beat Rutgers outright as 2-point dogs. This is a good UMass team. They just had a little bit of a scuffle a couple weeks back, like most college teams do. And not to mention, Duquesne is hitting that scuffle right now. They're 2-4 ATS, their last 6 overall, 5-7 straight up and ATS overall this season. So you can see that scuffle is starting to happen right now. Also 0-2 straight up and 1-1 against the number on the road. So I haven't been solid at all. Bottom line, point blank period, the Dukes aren't going to be able to keep up offensively with the Minutemen. Duquesne averages 70 points per game, 70.5 on the road, compared to UMass that averages 79 points per game, but 83.2 at home. So they get even better at home. 31st in AOE, 25th in effective field goal, and 7th in 3-point percentage per KenPom. I think that's what it really comes down to. They're also first in 3-point percentage in the A10 are the UMass Minutemen, so I think they knock down some serious shots. And they have a lot more depth than the Dukes do, so I think that allows them to really pull away in this game. 146th in bench rating per KenPom, 257th for the Dukes. Last but not least, I got the trends, my friends. Duquesne, 2-5 ATS, last 7 versus a team with a winning percent above 600. UMass, 5-1 ATS, last 6 Saturday games. You're damn right. 25-7-1 ATS, last 33 home games. 7-2-1 ATS, last 10 versus a team with a losing straight-up road record. And the home team in the last 4 meetings between these two teams is 4-0 against the number. And Duquesne hasn't covered in Massachusetts since 2015, and it ain't happening here today, especially not with their long layoff. They have not played since December the 19th. You want to trust that? Go ahead. I will not, and I'm laying the 5. You know when I lay the chalk. I love that game. Give me the UMass Minutemen -5, -5.5. Cool with -6 if it goes all the way up to there. First best bet of the day coming from Ja Boy.
I like it, man. I kind of decided that for the A10, the Atlantic 10 here, I'm taking the day to do some data collecting because I'm a little bit more behind than I usually am.
Like it.
And so I'm happy. I like the pick. I'm going to be excited to watch this one for you, most definitely.
Yeah, I can't wait because I think the public perception right now is UMass was really good last year, and then they had that scuffle, like I said, and now everybody's kind of off of them. And I think this is the time when we need to be going back to them because they're playing a Duquesne team that hasn't played in the better part of 3 weeks. So.
Right, and these I think the home road splits might be the biggest thing in this one.
6-0 straight up ATS.
Or maybe not biggest thing, but you know what I mean.
Yeah, for sure. Okay, there you go. There's my first best bet. Going to the A10. We're going to my partner's favorite conference here next, the Big Ten Conference. Next game up on tap, the Purdue Boilermakers and the Penn State Nittany Lions. I can see the look on his face. He wishes for fishes that he would have had a play in this game, but he might stay away and do a little bit of data collecting. Am I right in saying that, partner?
For the most part, man, I just don't see this line as it doesn't slap me in the face. My suggestion, I'm out of it right now. My suggestion is later, don't play it. Just because Purdue's had some scuffles, I don't think you need to be taking the points here with the home dog in Penn State. Nope. Honestly, the biggest thing that's keeping me away is it still looks like Purdue's a big public side partner. It doesn't seem like the public's been too concerned with what Purdue has done. Only 2 straight up losses, right? So. I think the suggestion for me is later don't play it, but for now I'm not playing it.
All right. Well, I would be in the exact same boat that you are. I just talked about it. UMass knocked off that Penn State team as a 4-point dog, so I'm not trusting that Penn State team whatsoever. Purdue's been scuffling, but 0-1 straight up and against the number on the road. There's no reason for you to try and get involved at that number. So there you go. We will stay away from Purdue and Penn State, and highly suggest you do too. Next one up on tap, partner, Dayton Flyers at the George Washington Colonials. Anything from you out of this matchup, my friend?
No, sir. Another one out of the A10. I'm excited to watch this one, get some data collected on this one.
Most def. Just a few too many points, Dayton being on the road. If this was about 4.5, if this was right around that same UMass Duquesne number, 4.5, 5.5, I'd be interested in playing it. 8, just a little bit too much, but then again, the Flyers could take care of business. They're just 0-2 straight up, and against the number on the road, that's just what really gives me pause. So, excuse me, got the coffee burps this morning. Getting through them, getting through the Dayton Flyers and G-Wash Colonials. Nothing from us in that A10 matchup. Next one up. Partner, you cashed these boys the other day against the Must Bus. Maybe we talk about that Must Bus team, the Arkansas Razorbacks, soon, but the Vanderbilt Commodores against the South Carolina Gamecocks. Next one up on tap. Commodores are the 6-point home favorite. Line for the total currently at 139 points. Looks like it'll be a little bit of a back-and-forth shootout. What say you?
I'm out on this one again, partner. I do not like Vandy as a favorite of this many points. Don't really care what the spot is. I don't have the trust in South Carolina. They've been a weird team. I don't think they're a very good team, but they're also a team that could, without a doubt, come in and take care of that number, if not win. So I'm out on this one completely.
I agree with you there, my man. And it can kind of be intriguing when you see Vandy finally favored on a spot like that at home, and wow, South Carolina, they're 0-2 straight up and against the number so far this season. Wow, this is a great spot to take Vandy. I think you just need to be tentative. This is conference time now, boys and girls. Yeah. Damn near every team that I'm taking, they don't have another non-conference game on their schedule today. It is, we are in the thick of it. So take some stock of that, see what happens. I would agree with how you kicked it off, partner. I just don't trust Vandy as a favorite of that many points. I love them as a dog, but I don't trust them as a favorite of that spot.
And weird bets and money splits. 68% of the bets bet percentage on Vandy, but 94% of the money on South Carolina's spread where I'm seeing it. So, get me out of this one.
Okay, so we will stay away from that one, my friend. We'll keep it moving. We'll keep it grooving. Next one up on tap, the Albany. We don't have a play out of this one. Albany and New Hampshire. We ain't got no action out of that one. We don't need to talk about
good 11 a.m. slate, though,
yeah,
by the way.
It's not bad. Yeah, that UNH game in Albany, this one we're talking about here, I typically would have something out of it. UNH has been really solid at home, but they're just 9-point favorites. So, again, it's just too many doggone points for me. Mm-hmm. Next one up, partner. Intrigued to see if you got something here, if you're fade training either one of these boys. Clemson Tigers at the NC State Wolf Pack. You do have a play, my friend. Sir. I did not. I didn't have the Yones because we've got burned by both of these teams, but I know you were crazy enough to wake up on Saturday and figure out which one wasn't going to burn us today. So, what do you got?
My friend, I've been a believer of this team. I'm willing to die on this hill. It's a little bit of a baby hill, that I'm willing to die on here. Not the old full standard. I believe in this team, to the death. Just a nice little. I've got a small little stock in this team that I think is a lot better than what they've shown, a lot better than what people are giving them credit for, and that is the old Clemson Tigers. I'm willing to take the points on the road here. I got them +1 at NC State here, partner. 2-2 against the number on the road. NC State 3-8 against the number at home. It's a mix. Honestly, it's a mixture of I believe in Clemson as being a solid team here, not a top 25 team, but a really competitive team. And I also do not believe in NC State at all. As far as just a quick glance as far as KenPom ratings, Clemson's coming in as a 43 overall rated team on KenPom compared to NC State's 109. And I understand why the number is right where it is, given NC State the home court advantage. And the perception of these teams is that they've put together a pretty similar resume. But flat out, Clemson 25 AOE adjusted offensive efficiency to NC State's 203 ADE on defense. They are a bad defensive team. And while Clemson isn't a fantastic defensive team, they're at least nowhere near that bad as NC State is. As far as 3-point percentage, partner, I think Clemson has a big advantage there. Number 5 3-point percentage in the country, 41.3, and NC State, the defensive end, 270 in 3-point percentage allowed. So I think Clemson's going to take care of business behind the arc. As far as why these teams might be here, Clemson, an interesting one in certain spots like this where I think Clemson has kind of had some bad luck, literally, as far as what I'm about to say, and kind of has that perception of not being a great team. They're 315th per KenPom in the luck factor, partner. So I think they've gotten, for lack of a better term, shafted in a few spots here. And like I said, I'm willing to die in this little mini here of Clemson here, and a little mini hill of, I think, NC State's a fraud basketball team here. So give me the Clemson Tigers. Hey, man, I don't think they're very good. I think Clemson could be a tournament team. I do not think NC State is in that conversation. Hey, I usually like them, but not this year. But yeah, give me the Tigers plus the 1. And if they chat me again, I think I might be burying them. But give me the Tigers plus the 1 today.
You're a madman. I'm staying away. I got no reason to get involved in this one. I knew you'd get involved in this AAC. Both teams had burned your ass, and if I'm leaning anywhere, I'm going Clemson plus the 1.5. NC State has been too doggone inconsistent at home. Then again, at the same time, Clemson has been inconsistent on the road as well. But it does look like you're on the sharp side, my man. 29% of bets, 61% actual money wagered on Clemson spread on this game. So you're on the right side. I'm buying into it. I'm with it. Might not lock it in. Might stay away from this one as well. Maybe we just stay away from each other's 11 o'clock plays. That the ones that kick them off our cards, rather. Maybe not our entire 11 o'clock plays. Because I got one.
You got one that I'm
interested
in, though. You got one that I'm interested in.
That's what I was talking about. So just the ones that kick off our cards. You don't play the Minutemen. I don't play the Tigers. We're good to rock and roll. Yeah. Let's keep it steaming. Okay. 2 Big East matchups coming up back-to-back here. We got the UConn Huskies, shout out Jeff Dawson, and the ECSI Sports EC Sports Investors. I can say that 15 times fast if you want to try, against the Seton Hall Pirates. Seton Hall's now ranked 22nd in the nation, my man. They're ready to rock and roll today as 4-point favorites on their home court. Total currently set at 139.5. Anything from you out of this matchup?
I was trying to figure this one out, my man, because I think this is going to be a good one. I'm still trying to figure out one of UConn's leading scorers, if not their leading scorer, Adama Sanogo, was questionable last I checked. Yeah. And with the line being where it is, that is kind of what I'm thinking as far as him potentially being out. So I don't have a play. I mean, good grief, is that number intriguing for UConn? Because I think they're as good, if not better, than Seton Hall. But any opinion from you?
I think it's a setup for UConn. I think Sanogo is going to end up being out. It did open at 3 up to 4 now. Do with that information as you wish. I think a lot of people are going to be buying into UConn with them being the dogs in this spot, but Seton Hall is rolling right now, buddy. 7-1 straight up, 5-2 against the number at home. This is only UConn's 3rd road game. I would buy in. I'd buy low on Seton Hall, to tell you the truth. I like them.
The factor for Seton Hall, as far as the argument, they get their 2 big guys back. I mean, you remember I talked about earlier in the week, they had 2 of their big guys, 6'10" and 7'2" guys out. They are, as far as as far as what I believe and what I've seen, I believe they are back today. So that is huge for them, especially if UConn is without Sanogo. That might be, maybe it jumps up if Sanogo is definitely out. I don't know, but for now I'm out.
That's huge, man. Okay, so that's a hard lean. That's a hard lean for me. That might get added right now, potentially SH minus the 4. If you are getting involved in that game, you were still kind of stuck, that's where we're leaning. There you go. There you have it. All right, another Big East game up on tap. Right ahead of that, we have the St. John's Red Storm going up against the Providence Friars. And my friends, I got a play out of this matchup. Partner, you have no play out of this matchup, but you're interested in getting involved with your boy.
I sure am.
Okay, I can't believe I'm doing this. Actually, I can, because this is a really tough spot for the Friars. I love Ed Cooley. I love the boys, but give me St. John's plus the 4.5 all day long. Second best bet of the day. Everybody and their brothers are going to the Friars today. This is the biggest bet college basketball day of the entire season. You can't argue with me at all that this isn't. College football's over. NFL's coming. There might be a couple of NFL bettors out there, but it's pretty much mainly college basketball here today. Tough spot for the Friars because they just proved that they can be beaten 88-56 against Marquette. They were 1-point favorites. Now all of a sudden they just come back home. Oh, everything's going to be just fine. They've been killing it. It's all great. And here we go right back into covering. I don't see it whatsoever. I think this is going to be another struggle session for them because St. John's has actually been doing really damn well. They may not have been covering, but they have been winning. Why have they not been covering? Because they have been huge double-digit favorites. 9-3 straight up, 4-8 against the number overall this season. They have just been overvalued as heavy favorites. They had a damn good year last year. I talked about it this August. I talked about it, for crying out loud. Them being one of the teams that we are going to cash a lot of tickets on this upcoming season, and they just have been overvalued. Today, they are not. They're 0-1 straight up, 1-0 against the number on the road. Wouldn't you know, it was this exact number, plus 4.5. They were dogs in Indiana, lost 76-74, a very similar team to Providence. Actually, Providence might play a little bit more smaller than blanking here. Come on, help me out, Colt. Here we go. Okay, Providence might play a little bit smaller than Indiana. I couldn't remember who I was just talking about. Indiana. But at the same time, I see him as a very similar team. So, a couple of key things here as to why I think you should be backing them outside of my crazy opinions. Injuries. AJ Reeves is out for this game. He's the third leading scorer on Providence's team. He averages 10.7 points per game. He's going to put a ton of pressure on Jared Bynum and Allen Breed. Breed only averages about 3.8. Bynum can step up, but once he gets tired, I have no faith in Allen Breed, and I think that leaves a big gaping hole on their offensive rotation with Reeves out. Everyone is healthy for St. John's except Soriano. That is their big boy, their center. However, I just mentioned it, Providence plays a smaller style of ball, so it really doesn't matter in this matchup. Julian Champagny, Posh Alexander, Montez Mathis, all those guys healthy, ready to rock and roll, good to go. Julian Champagny's been balling out. I mean, he's averaging almost 30 points a game this year. It really bums me out how under the radar St. John's is being right now. It's just because of how overvalued they have been, and today they are not. In this one, it comes down to St. John's having a little bit more offensive firepower, right? They have less injuries. That's the biggest thing. But for me, it also comes down to the hustle stats. Rebounds, number one. St. John's is averaging 35.2 offensive rebounds a game and 33.3 defensive rebounds a game. Simple comparison to Providence, only 33.9 offensive rebounds and 29.7 defensive rebounds. That small style of play that Ed Cooley plays can get him in trouble in some of these games with these fast-paced teams, with these teams that like to run like St. John's. I think that's what we see here today, as well as the turnover department. St. John's defense has been dominant, 17.8 turnovers per game average. Providence only 11 on the defensive side on average. So I like St. John's to control the hustle stats department. I like them to control the offensive side of the ball, but you don't believe me, you don't think they can cover, just believe a couple of key trends. St. John's 5-2 ATS last 7 on the road, 5-2 ATS last 7 meetings with Providence, 8-2 ATS last 10 meetings in Rhode Island, and everybody's banking on the rebound spot, but I'm calling the overvalued spot for the Friars. Give me all of St. John's University, Red Storm, plus 4.5, second best bet of the day.
Yeah, you've got me easy on this one. You got me within the first 10 seconds, partner. It is down to 3.5 on most spots, 4 on FanDuel, I do believe.
Just had to hammer it home.
And not to mention, I mean, I've got another team that is similar to this as far as they just haven't been in the national spotlight at all. So the public just doesn't have any perception on them. And so typically when they don't have a perception on them, it's almost a negative perception. So I like it a lot. They also had a lot of rest and then got one game under their belt to get that, rust off of them. So as compared to Providence, who's been playing, consistently 2-3 times a week the last month or so. So I like this one a lot, dude.
All right, well, there you go. There you have it. My second best bet of the day. Let's keep this proverbial podcast train steaming down the tracks. Goodness gracious. I got a play from the next game up here. Wichita State. I was thinking I'd get a second to breathe here. Wichita State up against the Houston Cougars. Partner, you got anything out of this matchup?
I got nothing so far.
All right, well, I certainly do. Going to neither side. Going to the total, my friends. That's right.
Yeah, you told me
we're looking at the total. We're going under 133.5. I see this being a defensive game and a half. This is a classic A10 scrappy defensive battle. It is what it is, and if you are looking for a high-flying affair, do not tune into this one. Defenses are absolutely both killer, but before I get into that, neither team is allowing shit for their opponents-wise, allowing them to score here over the last few games. Wichita is only allowing their opponents 66 points per game over their last 6. Houston, 62 points per game over their last 6. So you do a little simple math. There's 128 for you. That gets us way under if we stick to averages. But who cares about averages? We care about statistical means. I said these defenses are killer. Yes, sir, they are. Wichita, 63.3 points per game allowed, 37th in ADE, 46th in opponent effective field goal, 85th in two-point percentage, 27th in three-point percentage, and 34th in turnover percentage. Houston equally just as good. 57 points per game allowed, 52.3 on their home hardwood, 11th in ADE, 17th in opponent effective field goal, 24th two-point percentage, 51st three-point percentage, and 15th in turnover percentage. I also think we see the tempo of Houston loom large here today. 300th in the nation per KenPom for them. Wichita State, 162nd. They don't really boat race teams, so I see Houston controlling all of the TOP. We're really slowing this game down, valuing their offensive possessions. They might cover this 12.5, but I just see so much more value on the total, which is how well both of these defenses play. You don't believe me? Believe the trends, my friends. Under 11-5, Wichita's last 16 games overall. 13-6, their last 19 as a dog. They're 13-6 last 19 road games. They're 5-1 their last 6 as a dog. The under is. Under 4-1, Wichita State's last 5 Saturday games, 4-0, last 4 versus a team with a winning straight-up record. That's funny because Houston is 4-0 to the under their last 4 versus a team with a winning straight-up record. 13-5 to the under their last 18 Saturday games. 3-1-1 their last 5 to the under overall. The under's 4-0 in Houston's last 4 home games. 4-2 their last 6 as a favorite. And the under for the cherry on top of this pick Sunday is 6-2 in the last 8 meetings between these two teams. Give me the under 133.5 for my third now best bet of the day.
I do like it, partner. I will sit on the side on this one, but I do like it.
Another A10 data collector for you, huh?
Did you have a lean either way as far as the spread on this one? If you're not,
yeah, I quickly glanced over it there. I would say that Houston would cover this minus 12.5 if anything, but I just it could be
down
like
to 11.5 when I was just checking.
Yeah,
a second
it could be
ago.
like a goofy 10.5 or something like that. So we'll go under 133.5. I love it on the total. Love the total. Both these defenses are raw. Wouldn't take it lower than 131, let's say. Wouldn't say, yeah.
Okay.
No lower than 131 because I do see this one dropping here today. Okay, let's keep it going, keep it moving, keep it grooving. Partner, next game up on tap. Screw both of these teams. Both of these teams screwed me so hard yesterday. Houston Baptist against Incarnate Word. Incarnate Word sneaks in the back door against Northwestern State, and Houston Baptist couldn't score a damn thing in the first half to push that total over. They were scoring everything in the second half, but couldn't do shit in the first. So staying far away from that one. That's the Southland Conference tip-off or whatever the hell that is.
Yeah.
It's been a pretty fun little conference or a little tournament to watch, but Southland is probably like way down here when it comes to my mid-major King fandom. Yeah, I would say probably.
Oh, even I was even going further as far as like just straight skill level.
Oh yeah, that too. Yeah, they don't have many diamonds in the rough down there, if you will. Next game up on tap: Merrimack at Central Con State. Whew, boy. I think Merrimack can cover the 4.5. They are a 4.5 road favorite.
Up to 5.5.
Ooh. Wouldn't take it over the 5.5. If you really need some extra action, I don't know. You need some extra noon action. Who am I to tell you to stop and not play this one? Central Con is bad. And Merrimack is not. Merrimack has been able to handle some stuff. They've been okay on the road. Central Con is 4-0 against the number at home, but they have had some way bigger spreads than this. So if I'm leaning anywhere, I'm leaning Merrimack, but I'm not getting involved in this one.
No, I was just trying to see. I didn't know if Merrimack, what state they were in. They're in Pennsylvania. I was going to say if they're New York, then maybe someone in New York that can finally bet for the first time is trying to wager on them. But that is not the case.
There you go. Shout out to all our New York peeps out there. Legal today. Let's
go.
As
I just left you thought Merrimack was in New York, you dumb fuck.
one state at a time, baby. Here we go. Legalizing up.
Seriously.
Can't bet on this next one, and really no value in my mind whatsoever. Cal Baptist against Chicago State. I am good to go on all
Chicago
of that.
State is bad.
Ooh, they're bad. Bad for sure. They are getting 11 points at home and 4-2 against the number, though.
You want to go, bro?
If you are an out-of-state, hey, bro, I'm down. Probably they're fucking like $2 tickets. I'm in. Let's go. They might have them old plastic bleachers on that son of a bitch, too. I'm in. Let's ride. It's only like 30 minutes away. It ain't nothing. Next one up on tap. The UVA Cavaliers. Mount up, Cavs. Going up against the UNC Tar Heels. Partner, you got a play out of this matchup. Just a quick shake of the head, yes or no? Oh, he's got 2 plays out of this matchup. Holy cow. I saw some updates on UNC this morning per John Rothstein. There might be some key guys out for UNC, so I'm interested to see where you go. If I was leaning anywhere, I was leaning with the Cavs. But the Tar Heels are kind of starting to look like a wagon again. So I really don't know where to go. Partner, I'm all ears. What's up?
Not only are there a couple guys out, a couple depth guys for sure. I'm not quite as high as you are on the Tar Heels, but it also depends on the spot. I think they're a good team. Don't get me wrong. I am not saying I'm over the moon this season about the Virginia Cavaliers. For them this season, it is very, very much a matchup-based team for me, and this is a spot that I love them in, especially to get in the points. Down to 5. I caught them at 5.5. I do believe it opened up at 6.5. And, partner, I am taking the under 133 in this game. That one's been bouncing around.
Hey, another 133. Pretty similar to me in my underplay. All right.
Yes, sir. I love them both here, partner. Virginia is dead last, and in certain spots, this is a good thing. Dead last in tempo. They are the slowest paced team in the country, and I think that matters a ton today, partner. They have won and covered the last 7 meetings between these two teams, partner. 7 wins, 7 straight covers against North Carolina. And I think we see it again today. Don't know if they get the outright win. I might sprinkle a tiny bit on the money line, but I really, really love the +5 and the under. Virginia's offense, especially helps the under here. Not very good, but UNC's defense has been shaky at times. 198 defensively in field goal percentage allowed. UVA at least 104th in field goal percentage. So not beating the doors down any teams, but they at least can get it done in the paint. But beyond that, I just think they're going to slow this tempo way, way, way down. So that I think I love the under more, but because I think it's going to be a really, really low-scoring game, I think they keep it within 5, no doubt about it. Against the number, there are some big trends here in this one. The Cavs are 32-15 ATS the last 47 as a road dog. So in a big sample size, when they are the dogs, they have taken care of business. 40-19 as a dog the last 59 games. So this is a good spot for them. And on the flip side, UNC 3-7 ATS their last 10 home games. They are very often overvalued at home. Obviously, a fantastic home environment when it's rocking, but for that reason, they typically are overvalued. And I think that's what they got here. Virginia's had some certain spots on national moments where they've kind of fallen, and that's kind of what I'm saying as far as them being a very matchup-based team. And I think this is a perfect one for them, just a team that they typically handle time in and time again the last 5 years or so, partner. So go ahead for me.
To add on to your home court advantage kind of deal there, a little bit of key insight. Little birdies tell me, because we have some insiders, boots on the ground, if you will, collegiate students. And this upcoming Monday, all the kids are going to be flooding back to campus. So those home court advantages are going to start coming back. This whole past week has been just absolute nonsense.
Cluster.
Hasn't mattered whatsoever. So if you have had some issues with home court advantages, what the hell is going on? What is not going on? The kids are coming on back into town. We're going to start having some full stadiums again, and they're going to be getting ruckus, especially with all them wild kids wanting to see all their friends say screw you to COVID. They're all going to be showing up in full force. So turn up, get ready. Partner, closing thoughts on your UNC versus UVA picks.
Yeah, a couple under trends. Under is 7-1 Cavs last 8 versus a team with a winning straight-up record. 7-2 last 9 following a straight-up win. They've actually been taking care of business in the ACC. Split with Clemson, team I already talked about. They've already split with Clemson. I believe they're 2-1 in ACC play. Under is 4-0. Tar Heels last 4 as a home favorite. 5-0 last 5 home games. 7-2 for them last 9 versus a team with a winning straight-up record. I love both of these, partner. I think this is going to be low 60s. I think the winning team might get to 62, 63. Might be a low 60s, high 50s type game, if I'm being totally honest here. Virginia plays a really solid defense with that slow tempo. So give me the points with Virginia and the under 133, my friend.
Yo, to be honest, I really like both of those. I had my eye on this game yesterday, and I wanted to go with Virginia, and I was eyeing the under actually on FanDuel now too, under down to 132.5. So both of those have been added into the old bet slip there. Get them locked in. I'm telling you, partner, they are in the ticker. All right, let's keep it moving, keep it grooving. Much like you had a play out of the last matchup, I got a play out of this matchup. Woo! Pitsaway going up against Gig'em Ags.
Beautiful. Let's wrap it up. That was perfect.
That's it. See you later. We're out of here. I got to go back and watch that. Fuck that Texas A&M Aggies when they knocked off Alabama this year. That fucking video of that kid in the cutoff bib overalls and he's dancing around. Happy birthday, Chip! Texas A&M Aggie. Cannon marching firing band. Like, it was just the funniest. I got to go back and find that shit. All right, so because of some of those said factors, the hype on one of these teams when they are in the great state of Texas leads me to back the Texas A&M Aggies today, minus the 1. Now, you might say, Colt, what the hell are you doing? You're out of your mind. The Arkansas Razorbacks, as a dog on the road. A&M hasn't been playing that well this year. What are you talking about? Let me tell you a little something here. First things first is this is kind of a learn from your fuck-ups for me. I saw a line exactly like this. This line opened up last night, plus minus 1.5. It's held firm, completely firm regardless. Last night, Arkansas was at minus 122, so they were getting severe juice. Like 122, holy shit, this is the side you got to play. This might flip by 8 a.m. tomorrow. Still hasn't flipped. It's evened out at minus 110 now. So that despite Arkansas getting a shitload, I'm talking Brinks trucks just loading down to Pigland, filled with sacks full of money tossed on this spread, it ain't going nowhere. So I think we have found the spot to be able to back the Aggies, and as a matter of fact, I know it. Let me tell you why. Pigs are scuffling in SEC play and on the road so far this year. They're 0-2 straight up and against the number in the SEC, 0-1 straight up and against the number on the road. That is something that the Aggies are not doing, and they are defending their home court particularly well. They may be 3-4 against the number. I'll talk about that in a minute, but they are 8-0 straight up at home. Their failed covers: 11, minus 11, minus 25, minus 27.5, and minus 25.5. I am not afraid of minus 1 at all. They are good to go on this number today. Everybody is saying take the Pigs. When they zig, I zag, and today we're zagging with the Aggies. First things first, overall points per game and home and away points per game splits about blew my mind. I think this is what we really see come down to one of the key factors today. Arkansas averages 80 points per game. Texas A&M 76.6. Surface level, holy shit. Okay, Colt, what path are you leading me down here? Home road splits. Arkansas 72 points per game on the road. Texas A&M 84.3. So they have an efficiency for dropping the ball in the old peach basket when they find themselves at home. I do not think that the Aggies offense struggles as much as a lot of people are thinking they will today. I took a look deeper into SEC play and some of the KenPom rankings. They are first in AOE, SEC AOE, SEC effective field goal, and third in SEC offensive rebounding. Simple comparison to Arkansas, I just don't think they keep up. 7th in SEC AOE, 6th in effective field goal, and 11th in offensive rebounding. This is going to be an offensive game, point blank period. And I just don't think the Must-Busters boys are going to have it here today, as much as that pains me to say it. Last but certainly not least, this Aggie defense is better than Arkansas, even though I do see this being an offensive game. So I think they get a few stops for us more often than not come crunch time. 62.4 points per game allowed, 60th in ADE, 90th in opponent effective field goal, 93rd in 2-point percentage, 91st in 3-point percentage, and the cherry on top of the cake, 9th in turnover percentage. This turnover battle is going to be extremely key here today. I got to stick to my sources. ESPN giving the Aggies 65.2% chance to win this game. Ken Pom given a 56% chance with a 75-73 victory. So I got to stick to my sources, but I hope you stick to your source, this guy right here, Colton Cap and Colt, the source, Sroka. But if you don't believe me, believe the trends. Arkansas 0-7 ATS last 7 Saturday games. 0-4 ATS last 4 versus a team with a straight-up winning record. 5-11 against the number their last 16 versus a team with a straight-up winning home record. Texas A&M 5-2 ATS last 7 following an ATS loss. Can you spell rebound? I sure can. Texas A&M 4-1 ATS last 5 versus the Pigs, and 6-2 against the number the last 8 meetings between these two teams in the great state of Tejas. Give me all of the A&M Aggies. -1, 1.5. I absolutely love it, mainly because the Pigs should have flipped to the favorites by now, and they have not. Give me all of Texas A&M, -1.5. My 4th best bet of the day.
I like it, my man. It is all yours. I am staying on the sidelines for this one.
Gig 'em.
I like them both. Well, the Arkansas obviously had their scuffles, so that's why I would be on the side that you're on. A&M just in certain spots, and I think you're on the right side here. They just haven't impressed me, and they've cashed some tickets for me. I don't know, man. I've got a weird taste in my mouth about the Aggies.
Hey, that's all right. I don't have a weird taste. It's
all yours.
They're giving me a great taste in my mouth. Great taste in my mouth. All right, here we go. Keep it moving. Yeah, I know they've burned you a couple times when they're on the road, but not on the road today. Great fucking spot. Let's back them. Okay, next one up on tap, my friends. UNC Greensboro Spartans going up against the Virginia Military Institute of... No. Just Virginia Military Institute. I apologize. Keydets. Typically, you would see a play out of this SoCon matchup for me. You know me, SoCon homer. They are, unlike the Southland, the SoCon ranks up here for me in mid-major conferences. If I lean anywhere, I lean to the UNC Greensboro Spartans. Getting the points, I love it, but VMI has been this team this year where they show up on their home court, number 1 and number 2, just as you think, ooh, that's too many doggone points for them old Keydets. They take care of it with ease. So I'm going to stay away. This is a kind of a data collection game for me, as you would like to say, partner. So a little SoCon data collector. Anything else from you on this one?
No, I would echo your statements. I mean, obviously, I kind of follow you as far as the old SoCon is concerned, because that is your neck of the woods. But, yeah, both these teams, just every once in a while, when you think it's the perfect spot, they'll rip the cover off your, your table. I don't know why I said it like that, but you know what I'm trying to say here.
Yeah, you ever get into a sentence and just say,
it was that one.
The fuck out of here. Yeah, absolutely. I understand. Next game up on tap, North Dakota State against the Nebraska Omaha Mavericks. Yikes. If I lean anywhere, I lean to the Buffaloes. North Dakota State, -9.5. They are right now. Ooh, they are the Bison. That's right. It's the same damn thing, essentially. Bison are just a little bit smaller, whatever.
Gonna get some hate letters, I think.
Oh, send them on in, for crying out loud. I bet none of you sons of bitches have ever eaten either one in your life. If any of you have ever eaten a Buffalo or Bison, then okay, send it on my way. But I guarantee you haven't, pal. I guarantee you haven't, and this fella has. Just about any other type of game you can just start naming, go right on ahead. So you don't want to get down this wild game rabbit hole. Let's just set it there, folks.
Yeah, with what Neom and Nebraska Omaha did to us earlier in the week, I guess they didn't solely blow our special play, but the only angle that I would play is a spite fade of Neom in this spot, partner, which is not a good strategy.
No,
but
none whatsoever. But fuck them. Yes, that would be the
because fuck them. That's why.
CC Cup of Joe on Campus podcast 2022, the fuck 'em analysis. We hate this team. We're just going to fade them. The fuck 'em. That's why. Moving on to the next game. Big Ten homer. Come on, partner. Nebraska Cornhuskers at the Rutgers Scarlet Knights. Scarlet Knights, the 7.5-point home favorite. Total currently set at 142.5, ticking up a hook after 142 at open. Partner, what say you?
I'm not touching this game with a 10-foot pole, partner. I talked on Jeff Dawson's show, shout out once again, on his show yesterday.
Shout out.
Just because Rutgers has taken care of a couple big boys in Purdue and Michigan, pretty, I shouldn't say handily, obviously, but at least gotten themselves on a national spotlight. They have a 3-game stretch where it would not shock me at all if they lost 2 out of 3, let alone failed to cover. Not saying that happens. Like I said, I ain't touching Nebraska either with the 10-foot pole. Would not shock me if Nebraska makes this a scrappy game. Would not shock me if Nebraska upsets them on Rutgers' home floor. But again, it also wouldn't shock me if Rutgers won by 20. So I could see this game going a million different ways, and for that reason, I am not touching it with a 10-foot pole, friend.
I got about a leg. I'm on the dock, right? I got a leg in the boat. I'm on the dock. I'm working on getting the rope potentially untied from the old post there that's in the water. Now, if I lean anywhere, I like what you're saying. I lean to the Huskers plus the 7.5. They took care of a 9.5 on Ohio State's hardwood last week. Oh man, I like it a lot. I mean, 0-3 straight up, but 2-1 against the number on the road. I think it's just a few too many points, and I like what you said. I think they might go in there and get the upset here today. Nebraska's is a sneaky spot for Nebraska. It really is. Really is.
Yeah, if you're playing Nebraska, I will not disrespect you at all.
I'm thinking about it.
They're the clear worst team in the Big Ten, but that does not mean they're a doormat by any means.
No, not at all whatsoever. So there you go. There you have that one. Potentially, maybe Nebraska. We'll see. Before I move on, do you see my breakfast sandwich last night on?
Please, dude, that looked
Twitter?
like a monster.
Oh goodness gracious, all Friday. So it's what happens sometimes when you start enjoying the vitamins a little too late in the evening, and you look in your fridge and you say, well, fuck, I got eggs, I got turkey bacon, I got sausage links, I got chicken, I got a little bit of everything here. I think I could throw something together, and somebody liked it again, and I just went back and looked at it, and I was like,
dude,
holy shit, that thing was absolutely. I really ate that last night, huh? That was insane. It was insane. So
ridiculous.
I did a little shredded parm on top of the toasted egg. Then we did the chicken strips. Then we did another egg. Then we did the links. Then we did another egg. Then we did the bacon. Then we had some maple syrup and some ketchup on the side. It was insane. It was
vitamins
insane.
For sure. It sounds like over there.
Oh yeah,
dude.
it was a lot of vitamins.
You got me going with the maple. I was like, maple syrup, ketchup. I was like, yeah, okay.
I was deep in the vitamins, baby. I was deep in the vitamins, and the shit was blowing. So I did a little maple syrup, and I was like, oh, that's pretty fucking good. What's the OG chup like? So the little OG, I'm like, ooh, I'm like, fuck those. If I combine. Oh shit! So here I am, fucking dumping both of them.
I think the only way you could have gone crazier would have been like waffles as your like pieces of bread instead. That would have been the only way that you could have gone even crazier with it.
Stay tuned once I get into the vitamins for today. We might have something. We might have something cooking. All right, there you go. There you have it. There's the first rabbit hole of the day so far. VCU at LaSalle. Next game up on tap. The Pioneers, Privateers, Explorers. Explorers are what LaSalle is. There we go. Yep. I just had to ruffle through the old Rolodex there in the brain.
Yeah.
I like the Explorers, honestly, plus the 7.5. VCU, in my mind, still can't score. Their defense is raw as hell, but they just still can't score the rock. The only thing that gave me pause when I got into this one, VCU's been pretty damn dominant on the road against this caliber of opponent, 3-0 straight up and against the numbers. So stay away from me. I think it's going to be an under game. 127 at open, up to 127.5. That kind of gives me a little...
128
up to 128. I see. Yeah, fuck. So it's...
Hey, you know me, man. I was this was my under wagon to start the season, and I've been off of it.
This is an A10 data collection, if you will.
Correct. Another one from me as well. But yeah, you know me, man. This was my under wagon to start the season, and they've been setting the lines as far as the totals pretty correctly since then. A lot of money coming in on VCU, so I agree with you. I would be interested in LaSalle, but again, not strong enough for me to feel like backing them in this spot.
Nope, me neither. Next one up is another A10 game. How about that? URI, Rhode Island Rams against the Davidson Wildcats. Davidson came off that long layoff off of the 76-75 or 75-74 win over the Tide. And then beat a no-name school. Everybody thought, oh, they're going to be this is letdown central for the Davidson.
They got St. Joe's, so not a good team.
No. There was a team in between.
Oh, there was another one.
Joe's.
Oh, my bad.
There was a team in between the St. Joe's, and everybody thought that St. Joe's game was going to be the letdown spot. And I even was going to be back in St. Joe's. I decided to stay away. They handled it with ease. The books kicked them up 2 extra points. I think they were at 4.5 in that game. They're up to 6 now. Home favorites.
Now.
Up to 7.5. Might be worth a buy. Might be worth a sprinkle. 5-0 straight up. 4-0 against the number at home. Might also just be another A10 take stock, stay away. I don't know why these A10 conference matchups are so long. Usually they're 1.5, 2.5, right around in that ballpark. I don't know why they're so long here today, partner.
Unless URI had a similar situation where they played at nobody, it doesn't look like they've played since December 13th. So
right.
That line kind of reads to me like court rust. Would you agree with that? I don't know, man. I don't know. Again, A10, I feel like I have to stick to my word as far as that. The money splits that I'm seeing are bizarre as well. 96% of bets on Davidson, 85% of money on URI. Obviously, probably a pretty low volume game, though, as far as bets are concerned. And it's moved up to 7.5. So I don't really feel like trying to fit myself into this one, if I'm being totally honest.
No, I'm good on that one, too. URI was hooping when they...
They're 9-3 straight up.
Yeah, they were hooping before they got that COVID shit, so they could be just in the Davidson boat as well. Like, they could be just how Davidson was when they came back and smack them in the mouth. So, A10... data collection game. Next one up, little MAC action on Saturday. Can't get involved in it. NIU against Toledo. Our boys, the old Huskies, winning the MAC championship. Shout out. Plus
not the same basketball team as they are
football.
No.
Not none whatsoever. They are getting 19 points on the road here today. Looks like that's the sharp side, but I can't tell you. I don't know.
Dude, I mean, you know me. I grew up like 40 minutes, my hometown from NIU. Actually, pretty good football fan base. Nobody bats an eye. Nobody even realizes, I don't think, that they have a damn basketball team. The only wave they've made in the last decade, they were on the not top 10 for like breaking their backboard and it falling and almost smacking somebody in the back. So, not very good ticket cashers, the old Huskies basketball team this year.
Okay, all right. Well, there you go. There you have it. Well, we are
5-4 against the number, though. What do I know?
Yeah. What the hell do I know? So we had a pretty loaded early card. Getting into now the 1 o'clock slate here with some of these games. Nothing from us there. Obviously, can't get involved in that one. Would not recommend taking all 19 points if you are outside of the state of Illinois. Next one up, St. Francis, Pennsylvania, SFPA going up against LIU. The Sharks have been damn good at home. That is LIU at home. 4-0 straight up, 3-0 against the number. If I'm leaning anywhere, I'm leaning there. Northeast matchup, LIU's a pretty damn good Northeast team. They can't really do much else outside of the Northeast Conference, so... I don't know. I'm going to stay away from this one. I'm going to do a little data collection on this one as well. These will be a couple of teams that we'll be able to back come about 2-3 weeks in some certain spots.
As far as I do not have any true thoughts, Long Island University, New York team, as far as what I'm seeing on this tracker, 99% of money on a super low volume game. Have to imagine that's a big old alumni just dropping a big old dime spot on the old, what is that, the Sharks?
The Sharks, yes, LIU Sharks. Dude, the fucking Shark. Are you kidding me? The first day we can bet legal in the Shark. Dude, if I could do it for the Redbirds, I'd be dropping a stack every Saturday. Roll Birds.
Seriously,
There's
dude.
no hate up from this side of the screen whatsoever. Okay, well, let's keep it moving because we got nothing out of that one. Syracuse Orange at the Wake Forest Demon Deacons.
Speaking of New York,
I got a play out of this one. And it ain't the New York team, so please don't leave. Please don't hate us. I apologize, but we're going to the Wake Forest Demon Deacons minus the 4, up to 4.5 now. Looks like across the market, so I like that too. And I think this is just a straight case of seeing what the number is and having confidence that that is the correct side, that is the number to play, because it is. I believe the Deacons get this job done today, 6, 8, maybe even 10 points. Syracuse has just been so doggone inconsistent. They are going to be the public dog today, my friends. Please don't run to it. They're 7-7 straight up, 6-8 against the number, 1-2 straight up, 2-1 ATS on the road. With a 2-bucket spread like this, you got to think they have a shot to at least win the game outright, and I just don't think they have that here today. Wake Forest has been absolutely killing it. I told my partner last week, I said, bro, we should back Wake Forest. He's like, yeah, FSU's been pretty damn good. I said, you know what? All right, I'll rock and roll with FSU. And Wake Forest said, you dumbasses, you should have backed with us because they have been rocking and rolling at home. They're 12-3 straight up, 9-6 against the number, but on their home hardwood, 9-0 straight up, 7-2 against the number. Their 2 failed covers, -14, -18.5. This -4.5 is neither one of those. I think they take care of this with ease today. Tempo is going to be number 1. Wake Forest, 77th in adjusted tempo per KenPom, Cuse 103rd. So both teams pretty similar, but if anybody's going to control possessions, control the clock, utilize their defense and offense, both sides of the ball, it's going to be Wake Forest. I see this being an offensive game. We all know what both teams can do offensively, and actually Wake Forest has the offensive edge. 80.2 points per game, 83 points per game at home, 41st in AOE, 23rd in effective field goal. Syracuse only scoring 70.4 points per game on the road, 19th in AOE, but 52nd in effective field goal. So a little bit of a fugazi adjusted offensive efficiency there, if you ask me. This is also going to be an offensive game that I think Wake Forest, being a little bit better defensively, gets us those stops in crunch time and allows them to get this cover. 78th in ADE compared to Syracuse's 205th, 91st in opponent effective field goal, 86th in 2-point allowed, 102nd in 3-point allowed, and 169th in turnover percentage. You say, well, those aren't the greatest on the world. But hold on, Syracuse, 223rd in opponent effective field goal, 238th in 2-point, 206th in 3-point, and 329th on the defensive glass. Why do I mention that? Because Wake Forest is 36th on the defensive glass. I think Wake Forest dominates this game from tip to finish, both sides of the ball, tempo-wise. I just don't see this game falling in favor of Syracuse whatsoever. They're going to be a severe public dog, especially with New York opening up here today. The books know, damn, if we can put this at a key number of 4.5, I bet you we can get everybody and their fucking brothers over here to the Syracuse Orange, and we can sit back and watch the Wake Forest Demon Deacons win this by 8. You think I'm crazy? You don't believe me? Believe the trend. Syracuse, 2-4 ATS last 6 overall, 1-5 ATS last 6 Saturday games, and 1-5 ATS last 6 following an ATS loss. Wake Forest, 5-2 ATS last 7 versus a team with a losing straight-up road record, 6-1 ATS last 7 January games, and 6-3 against the number their last 9 as a favorite. Don't buy into the road dog. Give me the Deacons all day long. This is a case of seeing the number. It's set at the right one. Have the confidence to play it. Wake Forest Demon Deacons, -4. Cool with it at -4.5 as well.
I like it, my man. I'm staying away for now. I don't have too many strong thoughts on this one. It's Syracuse basketball, man. It has been just a... It's playing with fire. I think you're on the right side if you can find the right matchup, but I think you have.
This is,
but especially with I think you're on the right side. I think this would be the one New York school that the books might set people up for a trap. But with it being the first day, I think that's going to lead me to stay out of it just in case they're doing the opposite. But I don't believe that is the case. So take this one to the window for us.
Yeah, this one will get to the window, no problem. Yeah, I don't know when you're going to have confidence at the Deacons at home, but whenever you do decide to come around and jump in the boat, I'll be here rowing it for you.
I don't know. I'm not like a non-believer in the Deacons. I guess I'm just not
pretty damn close. Pretty damn. Not a believer sure sounds like a non-believer to me.
I was a non-believer. They've taken me from a neutral. I'm getting there or taking down Florida State the way they did. Put me in the neutral side. Now so I need. If they clap Syracuse, I'll be in.
So, speaking of Deacons, you're starting to read through the good book, if you will. You haven't got all the way bought into the religion to Wake Forest, but you're starting to kind of flip through the pages of the good book, and maybe eventually...
I'm about halfway through.
You'll be all the way dove deep in, and once you find out what the back pages actually have to say there, you say, whoa, wow, okay, maybe I actually do have to back them at home. So there you go, there you have it, Syracuse, Wake Forest. Next one up on tap. Boy, oh boy, did I want to get involved, but I think we all need to just be fans of this game. Call me crazy. Texas Hook'em Horns going up against the OK State Cowboys. I know you wanted to play too. Cowboys 2.5-point home dog. Both teams are pretty much shit in this spot, and neither team is shit, which is the thing. So this is going to be an electric affair. This is probably the 1 p.m. game of the day, I would say. Total at 128.5 from open at 127.5. If I'm leaning anywhere, I'm leaning with the points with the Cowboys. This shouldn't be this low. It just really shouldn't. It shouldn't be this low. So I would take the 2.5 with OK State, especially with all the money that's coming in, and they've dropped down from 3.5 at open. I like OK State. I want it bad.
I think I'm jumping in the boat, man. It's another classic case of Texas is the number 14 in the country, number 14 team in the country, and they're starting to pick up steam. As far as winning games, not gambling wise steam. You know what I'm trying to say. Yeah. But OK State. The books must think that they are about to show up and start to be a contender in the Big 12 or something, because this is a similar case as what happened against Kansas. Not even this low. They were 6.5-point dogs, and it was like, damn, that feels too good to be true for Kansas. And then Kansas was getting truckloads of money as the top 10 team coming into town. And I took OK State, and they lose by 9. So it's not that like they got their ass kicked by Kansas. They hung around.
Yeah.
They just didn't impress me enough. That's why I didn't come to the show with it. But I think I'm putting a half unit on the Cowboys, man. I think I have to.
I think I got the Yones to put a full unit on the damn Cowboys.
Okay.
This thing it shouldn't be this low. It just shouldn't be this low. It makes no damn sense.
You and I were talking about how much of a wagon Texas is getting back to. It could be a letdown spot.
I think it's a letdown spot, buddy. I think it's a letdown. Okay, well, there you go. Our thoughts on Texas, OK State, right at an hour, my friends. Starting to knock the sleep out of the eyes. The Saturday is coming around a little bit more and more as we roll along here. Final closing thoughts. Texas. I was just looking at A&M.
Yeah,
Texas
right.
getting 69% of bets, 59% of money. Line hasn't fucking moved anywhere, boys and girls. It's actually dropped from 3.5 to now 2.5. So you be the judge of that. We're both going full units. OK State, I love it. So far, extra added in my bet slip is the Virginia Cavaliers +5, that under as well, and OK State plus the 2.5. So thanks for getting me in the boat so far, partner. Let's keep it steaming. You know me and my Cats. I wanted to get involved so damn bad, especially with them getting so many points and how bad Huggy Bears boys have looked so far this year, but I couldn't do it.
I think they still got some COVID issues, right, K-State?
Yeah, there's something like that. So Kansas State Wildcats, West Virginia Mountaineers. If I lean anywhere in a matchup like this, Big 12 matchup like this, I'm taking the Cats and the points. I love them, but I'm a homer. You know me. If you follow us in any capacity during college football season, you follow us in any capacity last year, you know me personally at all. I got family over there in Kansas, big Wildcats fan. I love to watch K-State. They're like my Bears. I can't put money on them because I lose enough emotionally every time I watch them.
Well, I think you just need to stay away from this one because, I mean, I'm not getting any valid confirmation on this one. This is why I stayed away, and I think that's why it's up to 8. Marquise Noel was out earlier in the week with COVID protocols. He's averaging 12.5 points per game. It looks like he's still it still says out indefinitely where I'm looking at here. Another guy in their depth. Bruce Weber was out as well their last game they played, so I think you just stay away from this one altogether.
Also,
man.
Dude, like how fucking terrific is that? Like I a staunch U of I fan, and then I just out of nowhere a couple of years later we get old Bruce, just another team that I absolutely love, just come on in and start coaching the Cats. Let's fucking go, dude. Like if Bruce 100%. Could get the Cats back to the tournament,
he gets them there every few years. It's like, you know, they don't have the same expectations that Illinois has, so they have no reason to like fire him. He's got him in a decent spot, so it's like let him rock and roll, you know.
I love Bruce, dude. I got to meet him personally a couple times. He is a good fucking human being.
I went to a football game in Illinois. I think it was the year that Illinois was actually good at football, that Rose Bowl season, and my brother was in school there. We sat like a row and like 2 seats away from Bruce Weber and like 2 or 3 of the recruits he had at the game. It was cool, and I was like 10 years old, so I was like, oh my God.
Losing your fucking mind, yeah. Hell yeah. All right, there you go. There you have it. Quick little Bruce Weber rabbit hole. Never know where we're going to go here at the TTL pod. Shout out Bruce.
I don't know if any fan base loves
shout out Bruce, name of my stepdad as well. Shout out Bruce, my stepdad.
Shout out. I don't know if any college fan base loves a team that didn't win the championship as much as Illinois loves that 2005 team, honestly. Illinois fans, I mean.
My friend, I have posters hanging up in this here room of the 2005 championship run. A season to be remembered. Let's not ever forget, okay? But keep it moving, keep it grooving. We probably don't have any plays, I would say, for the next half a dozen here, so I'll go a little turbo speed. Maine Stony Brook, no opinions for me. That one's way too big. Ooey Pooey against Wright State. Wright State has not been good enough to be a 20-point favorite, but forget Ooey Pooey. Hampton at Gardner Webb. Gardner Webb has been sick as fuck, but 14-point favorite at home, sick as fuck. I question that, but I don't have enough faith in Hampton. Can't bet on Nova against DePaul. Should be an interesting Big East matchup there. Interested to see what happens. DePaul could very easily cover that 8.5 at home with how they've shown up again this year. That's a lot of points for a conference matchup. Eastern Carolina.
Sorry to go back to that one. 93% of bets and 99% of money on the Cats on that one. That looks like a big old setup if you ask me.
If you are outside of Illinois, go to DePaul. 7-2 straight up, 6-2-1 against the numbers so far this season. If I'm going anywhere, I'm taking the points. Yeah, I'm taking the points with DePaul for sure, for sure. Thanks a lot, JB. I feel so much safer that I can't bet on my fucking college teams in Illinois. I just, I find the value. Let everybody else get at it. Thanks. Appreciate it.
A couple months we can go and, take a nice 45-minute drive and put it in person,
Oh, I'm so fucking tired. Stop with the extra pocket filling bullshit and just let us just cut the tape, okay? Just cut the tape. That's all I care about. I just want to be able to bet on Illinois teams, dude. That's all I care about.
I just want to bet on the Birds once or twice on some degenerate stuff,
dude. When they have some damn good value, and I see them, I'm like, dude, I want to get degenerate and I want to get sweaty on a Saturday when I see the Birds. I want to be losing my mind. I've turned into a couple fucking roll Birds game, and I said, damn, if I would have been able to bet them here, this would have been an electric sweat. But thanks a lot, JB, protecting us once again.
I also lose tabs on these Illinois teams. I went in a Big Ten rabbit hole yesterday, and I was like, Northwestern, that's the only team I don't have a good beat on because I just don't watch them because I can't bet on them.
Exactly, man. And we talked about it with Jared Smith. Shout out on the Wise Words pod about if you just don't have at least, it can even be a buck. If you don't have a little monetary liability attached to a game, it's just like, I don't know. I just don't feel the same level of attachment anymore.
Right, unless it's just a massive game that you're obviously watching.
Yeah,
right?
As degenerate as that sounds. Like, I
know.
mean, if you're not gambling, like, it's just fuck. Come on. Next game up on tap, Eastern Carolina at the Temple Owls. If I'm leaning anywhere, I'm taking the points with ECU, but this is their first road game. This should be a hell of an AAC matchup. Temple has been kind of sneaking around, covering some spreads, doing some stuff. They've been solid on their home hardwood. Don't know that I trust them as -4.5 favorites, though. So I'm going to stay away from this one in general just because ECU has not played on the road yet, or this would be on my card here today. Next one up, screw both of these teams. Screwed me as well in this stupid Southland tournament. New Orleans against Northwestern State. I am so far out on New Orleans for the next, I might not bet them through the rest of the tournament. I am so done with New Orleans, it's not even funny. I can't find a spot or an edge on those guys. I am done. Northwestern, the first time Northwestern State, I was like, oh, hi-ho silver. I finally get to back these guys. They look really good. Incarnate Word's terrible, and they let Incarnate Word come all the way back from an 18-point deficit. Like, forget it. I'm done. I'm out of it. Had a play in the next game. Was really looking forward to watching it. Really, really looking forward to watching it. Michigan State, Michigan. Fuck, we were talking about it 7 p.m. last night.
This was the game I was most excited for today.
Shout out Jeff Dawson. We were talking about it with him on Twitter last night, 8 o'clock our time. I got in the boat with Michigan. I thought the Fab vibe was back, -2.5. I was ready to rock and roll. Classic case. We talk about it all the time. The higher-ranked team being on the road, being the dog. Oh, my gosh, we have to go and take every point the book's willing to give us. No, not at all. That's not the case. I had so much to talk about it. I was so excited to be able to back Juwan and the boys again.
Same.
And
hey, that was my Big Ten action of the day. I got nothing on the Big Ten now.
Yeah.
Look at me.
Yeah. Damn you, Uncle COVID. Moving right along. Western Carolina Catamounts in a Southern SoCon matchup with the Samford Bulldogs. Nothing from me in this one. I lead anywhere. I'm taking the points with the Catamounts. Few too many points at home for the Bulldogs, who are 0-3 against the number at home, 5-1 straight up overall. How does that work? They haven't played shit when it comes to teams on their home hardwood, and now they lay 7 points. I'll let you be the judge of that, but I am not getting involved. Next one up, can't get involved in it. The Golden Eagles of the Oral Roberts variety are playing the Leathernecks of the Western Illinois variety. Can't get involved in this one, but after the Golden Eagles smacked me square in the mouth, not backing them against the Tommies, I got to find a guy. Maybe I'm jaded for the Tommies. Maybe I got to slow it down a little bit on the Tommies. Who knows? I would lean Oral Roberts minus the 2, but can't really make a play on this one at all. Western Illinois played a little bit overvalued here on their home hardwood.
Only thing I will add, 82% of bets, 98% of money on the Golden Eagles. Could be a letdown spot on the road. I could be a homer. Shout out my dad and brother, both alumni of the great Western Illinois University.
Which brother?
My brother Grant and my papa. Both.
Shout out Daryl. Shout out Grant. Appreciate you guys. Haven't seen you forever. Haven't talked to you forever. Shout out to both of you. 6-0 straight up at home are them their leather necks. So maybe it's the side to take. Who knows? Maybe it's the side to take. Next one up on tap, it is a Fun Belt matchup. A little bit of a weird Fun Belt matchup. I'm really interested to see what happens here. Arkansas State against Ul Monroe, University of Louisiana. For those of you that did not know, Arkansas, the 1-point road favorite. Arkansas State, that being. ULM has actually been sick as fuck at home, but they have just played some lackluster opponents. 7-0 straight up, 4-0 against the number. So I don't have a whole bunch of faith. If I'm leaning anywhere, I might take the point with the home team Hawks. Or the Raid Hawks or the Raging Hawks or whatever the fuck those guys are. But Warhawks. I knew it was something like that. I knew it was something gave you a little bit more gusto when you said it. Warhawks. I think I'll take the old Warhawks, but I decided to stay away from this one.
I like the name. I have no idea. No opinion.
Yeah, 100%. No opinion. Jasso, another Sun Belt team. UTA is in the Sun Belt. Actually, damn, dude. Damn. That makes me even more interested now. I was pretty interested in University of Texas Arlington last night. They have been a sneaky good team against the number the last few games here. They've been sneaking in the back door, dominating a team or two.
3 straight.
Georgia Southern hasn't been worth a damn, to tell you the truth. They might be 4-0 straight up at home, but 1-0 against the number. So you be the judge of how well they play on their home hardwood. 7-6 straight up, 5-5 against the number overall. UTA's been pretty damn dominant, dude. I might be interested in taking the 3 points with them the more I look at this now. This kind of looks a little different to me than it did last night.
Potentially. I'm not hating on you. 78% of bets on Jasso, 69% of money on UTA. And I mentioned 3 straight wins, 3 straight covers for UTA, consecutive losses and failed covers.
The parallelograms are on it.
Yeah, with Jasso, they've had. So this is their first game back at home after what looks like a 4-game road trip, though.
I also love that spot. Like a team goes like 3-4 game road trip. Their first game home, everybody expects them to come home and just ball out, and that's typically not the case. They typically come home and sputter for one more game, and then they finally get their feet underneath them again. So, Jeepers Creepers, looks like the parallelograms, rhombuses, the sharp angles are all on the old Mavericks there, so maybe your boy gets in the boat. I'm looking pretty hard at it. It's 2 o'clock action, 2 o'clock Central, so maybe. FIU against Western Kentucky, the Panthers or the Jags. I think it's the Panthers against the Hilltoppers. Hilltoppers have been solid, but I don't believe 10-point home favorite solid. I'm going to stay away from that one for the time being. I think this is a solid CUSA data collector. Maybe FIU starts showing up. Maybe they don't. I don't know.
Up to -12. That's all I was going to say. I've got no thoughts on it, though. 58% of bets, 83% of money on the old Hilltoppers.
Yeah, I wouldn't get involved with it. FIU was good as fuck last year. They just lost a few key players, and they're just not the same team.
Yeah, I would say maybe some value if you had the chance to catch it at 10. Probably not anymore.
Yeah, 100%. 100%. Action matchup. Next one up. Ball State against EMU. The Eagles are the 1.5-point home favorite. I wanted the Eagles so bad in this one, partner, especially after they just whooped the Popsicles off of Western Michigan Broncos. We backed the Broncos plus 2.5. Why was that line so low? This is stupid. We need to take the 2.5. Eastern Michigan won the game by 20. Now they get to go home where their line is even lower than what they did. Another Maction opponent, and they're 5-0 straight up, 4-0 against the number on their home hardwood, going up against Ball State that has yet to cover or win away from home. You know how hard it was for me to stay away from this fucking game? This is a setup in some form, fashion, or another on these Eastern Michigan Eagles. If it's not, glory, glory, hallelujah, take it to the pay window. But if I'm leaning anywhere, I'm leaning Ball State, but I do have zero confidence in that.
What I will tell you, partner, Ball State, last 4 meetings going back to 2019, has beat the absolute shit out of this Eagles team. However, they were, so back to 2019, 61-43 win as plus 2.5 dogs. 69-52 as minus 3.5 favorites. Ball State 64-55 as 6-point favorites, and last year on March 2nd of 2021, 100-65 as 8-point favorites. So this Ball State team destroys the Eagles the last couple of years. I don't know if that changes your opinions. I'm interested in Ball State after looking through that a little bit, my man.
I am, man, and especially this line dropping again after what we saw from Eastern Michigan in Western Michigan last week. I just think the Broncos are that bad of a team. I think Ball State's got a shot here, but
I think the books were. I don't think we were on our heads were in the wrong spot with that Western Michigan pick. It seems like the books are expecting Emu to drop back a little bit. Right? Maybe this is a spot. I don't know, man.
It might be. It just got added to the old card, I'll tell you that.
I might do a little half unit on this one.
I think I might as well. So there you go. There you have it. Next one up. Roll Tide, baby. My Crimson Tide going up against the Missouri Tigers. Nothing really in my mind here. 13.5 road favorites are the Crimson Tide. Pretty accurate. I think they win by 14-15, but then again, Mizzou could surprise the nation, and who knows what the hell happens. So, stay away, in our opinion.
If you get because Alabama's been a little consistent. If you get good Alabama, they might win this one by 20-25. But yeah, I don't know. I'm out on this one.
100%. Ooh, partner, I finally have a play, man. I've been waiting, baby. I've been waiting to dish this one out. This was going to be my number 2 next to Michigan. Almost the exact same spot for the Wolverines here. For the Aztecs of San Diego State University playing against the Colorado State Rams, and I am so excited we are lining up on this one. We are both taking San Diego State minus 2.5, up to minus 3 now. Looks at market consensus. A couple key things for me, and I'll let you take it away, partner. Number 1, this is Colorado State's first road game, so I think they're being a little overvalued. People tend to think they're being undervalued, and I do not think so. I think they are the public dog in this spot. That is why they are the dogs, because this is their first road game, and I think they lose this game by 6, 8, maybe even 10, but the books wouldn't dare put it that high because then they would know that all the sharps would then start siding with the favorite. San Diego State, solid as all hell, 7-0 straight up, 4-3 against the number on their home hardwood. Their failed covers, minus 9 against Arizona State, minus 19 against that UTA team we just talked about, the Mavericks, and minus 12 against Cal State Fullerton. They did win all of those games outright, and despite the fact of not being great against the number, they have yet to lose on their home hardwood. It's one of the toughest places to play in college hoops, 78th in home court advantage per KenPom. Last but not least, partner, before you take it away, I think we see the SDSU defense. I won't bore you with any stats on there. Just believe me, they are damn good. 58.2 in general allowed, points per game allowed, 55.9 on the road. Last but not least, Colorado State. I don't really know that they have played all too many people or all too many teams to where you can actually say that, they're being extremely undervalued here. Colorado State is that team. Or Roberts. Okay, maybe. They beat a Tommy's team. I don't know how great Oral Roberts is. Arkansas Pine Bluff, get real. Peru State, yeah, right. Bradley, fuck Bradley, okay. Creighton, I'll take a minute. I'll take a minute to listen to Creighton. Northeastern, no chance in hell. NoCo, not the same Golden Bears team as last year. University of Arkansas Little Rock, give me a fucking break. St. Mary's, okay, I'll stop and listen for a minute too. Mississippi State, I'll stop and listen for a minute as well. And Air Force. 3 teams out of all their last 10 that I can say, yeah, you know what? They're completely overvalued in this spot, and I think the Aztecs take care of business. Final trends, forwards to you, partner. San Diego State, 4-2 ATS last 6 overall, 4-2 ATS last 6 as a favorite, 5-0 ATS last 5 in January, 5-2 ATS last 7 meetings with Colorado State, and those Colorado State Rams are 1-4 against the number their last 5 in a matchup with a Mountain West opponent. Give me, and take it home, partner, for the both of us, San Diego State Aztecs minus 2.5.
Yeah, I'm going to echo a lot of what you said in kind of a different way. I mean, you went through Colorado State's schedule. I think they're a really good team, But I just think the San Diego State team is also a really good team. They could very easily, if they had crafted their schedule a little differently, been in the same exact conversation that we've been having as far as the national picture as Colorado State. You mentioned St. Mary's for Colorado State. That's obviously a good one. San Diego State did the exact same thing. A couple of their losses, Michigan was one of them, and Michigan, if they show up, they'll clap your ass in the mouth as a potential. They opened up the season as a top 15 team. When they show up like that team, they play like it. And another loss that they had was USC, a bona fide top 10 team in the damn country. San Diego State lost to. Took care of Georgetown themselves. So this is not a bad team by any means. These teams are ranked very, very similarly. Colorado State's offense is solid, but you mentioned what San Diego State does on defense should neutralize them pretty easily. And last thing for me, partner, as far as straight up wins, San Diego State has won, I believe, 7 of the last 8 meetings between these two teams. Only one that they lost was early last year. They split last year, but Colorado State only got that one done by 3, and that was at Colorado State, I do believe. So love the Aggies at home here. If this one was flipped and it was -2.5 Colorado State on their home floor, might have differing opinions here, but I love the Aggies at home here, partner.
Me as well, my friend. And shout out to Instacart. I am actually doing shopping right now. The shopping just started. We need to rekindle that relationship, see what's up. We used to have some offer codes and shit with them. Haven't dove deep into that with them for a while. So we'll have to rekindle that relationship because it's pretty nice to be able to host a podcast. We got some grocery shopping going on, and probably by the time we finish her up, we'll have some groceries at the front door. So there you go. There you have it. Let's keep this show steaming on down the tracks. Next one up on tap. We got the Mercer Bears going up against the Furman Paladins. If I lean anywhere, the Paladins have been damn good. They are 10.5-point home favorites, though, so I'm not interested in laying that much. Think this should be a shootout. Over 140.5 would be where I would lean as well. You know me and my SoCon, but not going to get involved in this one. Just a few too many points, and I think the total is spot on diggity. Yeah. Next one up. You know me and my SoCon, I got to have at least another SoCon play here today. I had one for you so far. You see it in there. Which one was it? No, maybe I don't have a SoCon. No, I don't have a SoCon play for you guys yet. So, hey, here's my first SoCon play of the day. Let's rock and roll. Wofford Terriers against the East Tennessee State Buccaneers. And, my friends, we are going to the Wofford Terriers. That's right. Lock them in. -1, 1.5, up to 2 in some spots. I was seeing even 2.5. I love it there as well. Wofford has actually dropped straight up and against the number their last 2 games. Time for a big rebound. We just backed the Chattanooga Moccasins against them. That was a rough loss. We cashed that ticket. Now we go to the opposite side. Trust me, why would I have the owns to do that if I didn't have the faith that this bad boy was going to cash? They're playing an ETSU team that has rotated wins and losses and really struggled against the number at home. They are coming off of an 80-79 win against VMI, and they failed to cover a -2 spread. Now they flip to the underdogs. I wonder why. 5-1 straight up, 1-3 against the number on their home hardwood. So there's even more evidence to you as they have been struggling on their home court. A couple of keys here. Bottom line is that the Buccaneers are overvalued at home. Wofford is the way better team. Per KenPom, adjusted efficiency margins will blow your mind. Wofford is 117th. ETSU is 170th. Wofford is plus 5.65 in adjusted efficiency margin. ETSU minus 0.52. So real high level, that just means how well they perform against any given opponent at any given time. Wofford way better. AOE, ADE, Wofford 80th in AOE, 155th in ADE. ETSU 124th in AOE, 243rd in ADE. Come on. Turnovers. Wofford, 107th in offensive turnover percent, 51st on the defensive side of the ball per KenPom. ETSU, 195th offensively, 255th defensively in turnovers. You want more? I got it. Rebounds. Wofford, 157th offensively, 40th defensively. You know what stops a good offensive rebounding team? A good defensive rebounding team. 40th, once again, in defensive rebounding for the Wofford Terriers. 52nd on the offensive glass for the Buccaneers, but I think that is mitigated with how well the Wofford Terriers rebound defensively. And the Buccaneers, 321st on the defensive glass per KenPom. You don't believe me, you don't see the glaring edges right there. Believe the trends. Wofford 35-16 against the number, last 51 following a straight up loss. 4-1 ATS last 5 following an ATS loss. 7-3 ATS their last 10 Saturday games. ETSU 1-4 ATS last 5 overall. 2-5 ATS last 7 home games. 1-4 against the number, last 5 versus the team with a winning straight up record. And Wofford 11-5 ATS last 16 meetings. Not to mention 4-1 ATS last 5 meetings in the state of Tennessee. You're the only 10 I see, Wofford Terriers. Give me them all at -1.5.
I was about to say you got me all the way in the boat until that very last comment there. But no, I'm in with you, man. I glanced past this one, did not look too deep into it, but I do like this one a lot, my man. I'm with you.
Shout out. Appreciate you. This one should make it to the pay window. No problem whatsoever. I am a little bummed out that shopping is happening today, though, as I check it in between shit here, because I ordered it yesterday at fucking 3 in the afternoon. Something's going on with the old Instacart there, so maybe we don't rekindle that relationship. Maybe we just hang out.
Yeah, I told you I had some funny business going on as far as us trying to figure out something.
No funny business going on over there. No funny business going on over here. Nothing but ticket cashing. Next game up on tap, another SoCon matchup, my friends.
Okay.
The Citadel Bulldogs, my boys from last year, against the Chattanooga Mocs, my boys year in and year out. Too many damn points to get involved anywhere. Chattanooga is the 15-point home favorite. I think they are worthy of that with just how bad the Citadel has showed up this year. 144.5 current total. I think this is going to be a shootout. I would lean over the 144.5 if I go anywhere, but I'm not going to get involved. I'm going to watch this as a SoCon fan and see where it goes.
Yeah, I got no thoughts. Yeah, that's a hard stay away for me.
For sure. Nothing from me in North Dakota at Denver. North Dakota chapped our asses real nice on Thursday. So
another potential spike because fuck them. Taking Denver because fuck them.
Big time because fuck them for sure. Speaking of fuck them, fuck Bradley. Going up against Loyola Chicago. # roll Burrs. Loyola Chicago laying 13.5 at home. So they are a wagon and a half right now. I'd say lean to them if we could wager on them. Can't wager on either side. Next one up, New Jersey Institute of Technology going up against Binghamton. Binghamton, the 1-point home favorite. NJIT has been pretty damn. They kind of carried on from last year. A little early season scuffle. Now they look to be back in action in the American East. I'd take the point with the NJIT. I wanted them. I was going to make it a best bet, but I decided just to stay back. There's no reason Binghamton should be that low compared to them. NJIT is perfect against the number on the road, 6-0 ATS. What do you got following up there, partner?
As far as this, man, last 3 meetings, 2019 and then 2 in 2021, Binghamton has won all 3. They were a 13.5 point dog, an 8.5, and an 8.5 point dog. They're big dogs, and they're winning this matchup outright. I don't know if that's
so now they're down to pretty much a pick 'em.
Out of my wheelhouse, but that at least gets my eyes lit up a little bit there.
Yeah, I like the American East. I like NJIT, but that's some interesting information. So maybe stay away altogether. Appreciate that, partner. Next one up on tap, we got number 6 Kansas traveling to the great state of Texas to take on the Texas Tech Red Raiders. I can tell this took a lot out of you not to get involved. It took a lot out of me too, bub. Wanted to take the home dog every day of the week and twice today, 4 times tomorrow. Red Raiders 8-0 straight up, 5-3 against the number at home. Kansas, I don't want to say they're scuffling, but it's not
scuffling. They're just not. Yeah, they're not. Slapping you in the face.
Yeah. And there's no reason for this to be a 4.5. So I feel like I want to take the Red Raiders, but I just don't know. I got to stay away in general for this one and just watch this as a fan.
I told you, man, earlier in the week, I told you I have to at least take one day off of Texas Tech, and this is that day off because I'm a huge believer of them. But they have gotten a tough draw to start their conference play in Big 12 without top scorer Terrence Shannon. It was I think it was the difference as far as being a 5-point game and then being inside the 3-4 point whatever it was as far as Shannon being out. Looks like he's out again. Not taking Kansas because they're not. They're obviously a very good team, but like we said, they're just not firing on full cylinders. But I got to take a day off of this one. I'll be back on the Red Raiders in the future, though, no doubt about it.
100%. Okay, keep it moving, keep it grooving. Boston College at Pittsburgh, a nice little ACC matchup for you. I think that Boston College is a little overvalued in this spot. That's where I lean. I would take or lay the 3.5 with Pittsburgh, but I just don't trust Pittsburgh as a favorite quite yet, especially this short. Boston College has just not been good at all, and to only be a 3-ball away from covering, I'm a little nervous. So I take stock of this ACC matchup.
It took a lot out of me to not fit myself into this one. I just don't have a full beat on BC. They're a weird team that can, lay an egg or, fire some shots and be competitive. And like you said, if I like Pitt when they're an undervalued dog, but as a favorite, I don't know. Started 2.5 up to 4.5, now back down to like 3.5. So it's doing some goofy stuff. I'm out on that one.
All right, Mount St. Mary's at St. Francis, Brooklyn. Both teams are dumpster fires right now. Mount St. Mary's was able to cash a few tickets last year for us, but this year, not so much. Next one up, South Carolina Upstate against Presbyterian. I don't know that the Blue Hose need to be 9.5-point favorites, but I have no interest in getting involved in this one. Dixie State against Utah Valley. If it was a little bit lower, maybe 8.5, 7.5, I'd be interested in getting involved with Utah Valley. They're a wagon and a half, especially at home, but Dixie State can be sneaky, so staying away from that. Copen State at South Carolina State. Virtual pick'em. Both teams are pretty much a dumpster fire. South Carolina State is the much better team, but why is this a pick'em then? No real opinions on that one. Yeah. UAB just chapped us against UNT the other day, now playing Rice. Rice is the 9-point home dog. There's got to be something going on there. That's
up to 10.5.
Yeah, there's got to be something going on there. I would not get involved in that Conference USA matchup. If I lean anywhere, obviously with that movement and everything, it's the Blazers. But up to the 10.5, that's just no value in that ballpark for me. But soon, again, both teams, I think because of that matchup, both teams are going to come down in spread-wise, at least what their value is going to be here soon. So I think this game's going to do a lot, at least for value going forward. But value in this game, no sir, no way, no how.
Sure.
Another Conference USA matchup, Louisiana Tech, UTSA, Meep, Road Runners. The Louisiana Tech, they're the Bulldogs, that's right. 12.5-point road favorites. They are the much better team in this spot, but I have no interest in laying double digits with them because they burn me on high single-digit spread. So Louisiana Tech is a damn good team you need to take stock of, take note of. Low spreads for sure, back them as an underdog. Look into it, but probably for sure back them there too. But stay out of this one here today. Just too many doggone points.
Yeah.
Next one up. Team I absolutely hate, SEMO, going up against Tennessee State. I wanted to take Tennessee State. I can't even begin to explain it to you. You look at me, you say, Colt, why? Tennessee State? I don't even know what their mascot is. It's the Tigers. Now you do, in case you're get it in a trivia game. But SEMO
looks
sucks.
eerily similar.
SEMO sucks. And every time that I say, perfect spot to fade old SEMO here, they smack me right in the mouth. And then I decide, hey, I'm going to stay away. And then Tennessee State's going to win by 200 points here today. So I'm going to stay away in general. If I lean anywhere, I say, hey, take Tennessee State, but I got to stay away because SEMO has this affinity for finding out when I bet on them and against them, and they just do the exact opposite. So screw Southeastern Missouri State. You guys have never done anything personally to me, but as a betting organization, piss off. Partner, anything else for you?
Well, looks like a lot of money on Tennessee State. Only thing I was going to add, they are the Tennessee State Tigers. Looks eerily similar to their logo to a little old school LSU Tigers logo.
Uh-oh.
So trying to be copycats there. But yeah. I don't know, man. Without your vindication that you have, or vindicated judgment that you have on SEMO looks like it could be a solid spot to back. But like you said, it's playing with fire, I think, in this one.
I think so as well. Asking me if orange and red bell peppers are okay. Absolutely. No problem. There's only two colors. I appreciate you letting me know. I know they're not all multicolored, but hey, the orange and red bell peppers have the most vitamin C in them. There's another freaking trivia for you next time you find yourself at a Thursday trivia night at your local watering hole. Keep it moving. Keep it grooving. Next game up on tap, we're going to the matchup between the Hawaii Rainbow Warriors and the Long Beach State Beach. That's right. They're the fucking beach. We ain't back in the beach. We're going to the Hawaii Rainbow Warriors. That's right. I got to play in this matchup, my friends.
They're the 49ers.
No, they're the Long Beach State Beach.
I see Long Beach State 49ers.
Where are you finding 49ers at?
Action app.
They are the Long Beach State Beach. They are literally the beach. They are literally the fucking beach. I'm literally reading it right here on ESPN. Long Beach State Beach. Either way, they are. That is what they are. I don't give a fuck about that team. I care about the Rainbow Warriors, the +1.5. Hawaii is far away the better team. They're just being flat out undervalued in this spot because of their slow start to the season. I think this is a spot where we can actually back them. They have been well rested. They haven't played since Christmas Eve, 12/24. 0-2 straight up and ATS their last two, so due for a big rebound here, and 0-1 straight up ATS on the road so far, so due for a big trend breaker as well. 58-70 loss to South Carolina as 11.5-point dogs. That was just a failed cover by a bucket. So I think they are going to be ready to rock and roll against the Long Beach State team that is on the third game of a back-to-back-to-back. They are tired, and just got toasted by 30 points to UCLA. They have to be favored in this matchup because they are at home, but they're 2-2 straight up, 1-1 against the number. Books really don't know how to price them, so they just stuck them as the 1.5-point favorite in a pick 'em. Point blank period, Hawaii is the better team, 237th in adjusted efficiency margin per KenPom compared to Long Beach State's 270th. Long Beach State is negative 8.33 in that category, where Hawaii is negative 5.56. AOE and ADE, Hawaii 217th in AOE, 257th in ADE. Long Beach State 237th in AOE and 286th in AOE. Any little advantage you can find here. I think what really makes a difference is Hawaii's defense. 69.7 points per game allowed compared to Long Beach State's 81 points per game allowed. Hawaii tightens it up on the defensive end. They have just enough of an edge on the offensive side to keep this in their favor, if not at least cover the 1.5 on something crazy at the end. But you don't believe me? Hey, just believe the trends. Long Beach State, 3-7 ATS last 10 home games, 6-15-1 against the number last 22 following an ATS win, and 3-8 straight up their last 11 games overall. They're also 1-10 straight up their last 11 played on Saturday. Hawaii, 12-5 ATS last 17 road games following a 3+ game homestand, 7-3 ATS last 10 versus a team with a losing straight up home record, and 5-3 straight up the last 8 meetings with the 49ers or the Beach, depending on what they are, the fucking Beach or the 49ers.
I'll admit when I'm wrong. I don't know why the hell Action App's telling me the 49ers.
Yeah, they're the Beach, baby. 5-3 straight up last 8 meetings with Long Beach State. Outside of that, this one jumped off the screen to me. I said, whoa, Long Beach State ain't been that good of a doggone team. I think just because Hawaii has yet to play too much on the road, they're just being extremely undervalued. Give me the Rainbow Warriors +1.5. Next best bet up here on the day for me.
I like it, man. I think I'll stay away. Long Beach, one of my favorite home courts in the entire country.
It is pretty cool.
They got those palm trees all over the court.
Yeah, it is pretty fucking cool. Not a great home court advantage by any means, but pretty fucking cool looking court.
Yeah.
I mean, hey, whatever you got to do, there you go, there you have it. All right, let's keep it moving. There's the next play for me. Cal Poly against CSU Northridge. Wanted to get involved with CSU Northridge, but it just seems when I decide I want to get in the boat with the Matadors this year, they decide they're going to kick me in the teeth. So going to stay away from that California matchup in the Big West. Next one up, Southern and Florida A&M. A little SWAC matchup for you, partner. Florida A&M +1.5 home doggies. Any interest in that game from you?
I did not have any preliminary interest. Still not sure. It looks like some big bet and money split differences there. No SWAC action for me today.
Okay.
Did not love anything I saw.
Okay. Well, we will keep it steaming then. Only got a couple more plays left from me. Alcorn State, Alabama A&M. Cashed your Alabama A&M earlier on in the week, but going to stay away from SWAC, so I can appreciate that. No problem, no harm, no foul. Drake at Evansville. I'm not sure if this one is open or not. Might be having some COVID issues. Not really sure.
I'm not seeing that one.
Yeah, no spread. It might have been canceled and just not updated. Next one up, USF. Shout out your quarter zip there, partner. Going up against the Tulane Green Wave. Green Wave, 7-point home favorites. No real interest on either side for me in this one. I think we need to see a lot more from both teams.
I agree. Drop down to 6.5. If I'm going anywhere, I'm taking the points with the Bulls, but I am staying away for now.
Throw the 3/4 over your head or quarter zip over your head and get wild here at 3 p.m. Central Standard Time. That's what I say. Next one up, Murray State, SIU, Edwardsville, around my neck of the woods. Can't bet on this one, my hometown neck of the woods. SIUE plus 11.5-point home dogs. I don't think that's going to be enough against the Racers. The Racers are sick. Yeah. Sacramento State against NoCo. You know, NoCo was my boys last year, but I don't think they're 11.5-point home favorite territory this year whatsoever. But Sacramento State has absolutely sucked, and they have burned us time and time again. We've actually cashed tickets against them time and time again. So there you go. They have that one. Another SWAC game. I was really hoping you'd have a little SWAC action here for us, partner. Right. Grambling State against Bethune-Cookman. Bethune-Cookman, the 1.5-point home favorite. I think I would side with them. Grambling is a bad team, 0-9 straight up, 2-7 straight up, or against the number. But they're both really bad.
They're both really bad.
Oh, if I lean anywhere, I lean Cookman. No.
If I'm not mistaken, I just did some it was some stuff that turned me away pretty quickly. I want to say Grambling is the higher rated team in a lot of areas, and so judging off that, you would think maybe BC might have some value on this one, but I stayed away. BC, they cashed a ticket for I believe it was for you, correct? As far as that Florida A&M game last week,
Yep.
And, I'm staying away from them. Staying away from both these teams for a minute.
For sure. The wagon that is the Belmont Bruins are taking on the non-wagon that is the University of Tennessee Martin something Eagles, or the Skyhawks. The Skyhawks, that's right. Belmont should absolutely roll in that game, but I have no interest in laying 16.5 with a team on the road. Charleston Southern going in to play UNC Asheville. Haven't seen Charleston Southern on the board for a while. I feel like they've been dealing with some COVID issues or something. The Bulldogs, 13.5-point home favorites. UNC Asheville, that is. They are a wagon at home, 6-1 straight up, 4-0 against the number, but I have no interest in getting involved at that number. Keeping it moving, keeping it grooving. Not a whole lot of value here. In the 3-3-30 slate, North Carolina A&T, Radford. Both teams haven't been worth a hot damn. Suggest you don't get involved with either of them this year so far. Morehead State against Austin Peay. Even though it's always great to get Morehead, I'm stating to you that you should probably stay away from them for the time being. Both of these teams, honestly. Austin Peay, a little bit weird. 8-point home dogs. Maybe they can cover it. Maybe they can't. No hard opinions on that one. Anything from you? Anything you've seen from Morehead State? Any of those two teams?
No, sir, nothing on that one.
For sure. Another MAC team, MAC action game. Miami, Ohio against Bowling Green. Miami, Ohio, +1 dogs. Bowling Green, the favorite. Bowling Green just got murdered by Buffalo. Couldn't cover the 8.5 for us. We had them as our Wednesday warrior. Not interested in going to any side here in this matchup, so we'll gloss over that bad boy. Baylor at TCU. TCU 9.5-point home dog. A little bit of a wince there. Big 12 matchup. Kind of a somewhat of an ish Big 12 homer over there, partner. Any opinions on this one for you?
Yeah, the Big 12 is one of my probably top 3 wheelhouses here as far as the big conferences.
Yeah.
Baylor, I might make the argument that Baylor might be the best team in the country, 14-0 straight up. However, they've been failing to cover some of these spreads, partner, and 82% of bets, 96% of money coming in on Baylor, and they have not really moved this line much at all. TCU at home, TCU 10-1 straight up. Not saying TCU upsets them here at home, but I've got some interest in throwing some money down on the Horned Frogs here, man. Wow. They are rolling right now, and it's not against any scrub teams. Haven't been tested too much as far as certainly nowhere near the caliber of Baylor, but they've taken care of Texas A&M, a team that you talked about earlier today, Georgetown as well, Utah, who's scuffling a little bit, but that's still a nice win on their resume. And aside from that, they just haven't been tested too much. Baylor 2-3 against the number on the road, won their last 3, obviously won all of their games this season, but they failed to cover their last 3. With that type of money split, I'm a little interested in throwing a few on the Horned Frogs.
Oh man, I might be as well. Okay, there you go. There you have that one. Next one up, Stetson Hatters at the UNF North Florida Eagles. I was interested in North Florida, but I don't know why this line is so low. With the Hatters, about to say the Statters, the Stetson Hatters being so bad. They're not a good team at all. And this line is so low. It's an Atlantic Sun matchup, so that might be a little conference weird game. I don't know. I'm going to stay away from it. If I was leaning anywhere in North Florida, but not too many people interested in getting involved in that game, so we won't waste much more time there. Sunbelt matchup, a classic Sunbelt matchup, App State against Troy. Troy's starting to look really, really good here as of late. 6-1 straight up on their home hardwood. They are the 2.5-point home favorite. Just had a solid Sunbelt win. I can't remember who they just beat. I think it was ULL,
Troy just
actually.
beat Coastal.
Coastal
Troy just beat
Carolina.
Coastal, yeah.
That's right. Yeah, and Coastal I put right up there next to App State. So I think they deserve to be 2.5-point. If I'm leaning anywhere, that's where I was going. But I just
Down to 1.5.
Yeah, that's why I was a little afraid something like that might happen. It just seemed a little bit too good to be true.
Yeah.
So I decided to stay away. Next one up, UMass Lowell at UMBC. If I'm going anywhere, I'm laying the 3.5 with UMBC at home. One of the better teams in the American East. UMass Lowell has shown a little bit of efficiencies lately, but no interest in getting involved in this one. Oh, partner, please. No, oh, you said no SWAC action. I guess not. Mississippi Valley State Delta Devils up against the Prairie View A&M Panthers. I almost feel in this spot you have to take the Delta Devils. You have to take the points with the Delta Devils. The Prairie View Panthers are that bad. This is their first home game.
So Prairie View is better. They're probably going to win this game 1-11 straight up compared to 0-12 straight up. But this line has dropped down, partner, much like a lot of Mississippi Valley State's lines have done all season long.
Are you looking at that 1-11 on Action App?
I am. Is it?
They've been messing their stuff up. They're
Okay.
Because Prairie View A&M's 0-12 too. They've been messing up their records. I don't know why they've been messing up their records, but I've been cross-checking them with covers, and they've been wrong the last few times. I know we utilize them a lot, but they haven't.
Okay.
Like the home and away splits haven't been accurate at all. Like so, yeah.
I could be wrong, but I thought they might have gotten some that might have been like a D2 win or something like that. I could be wrong. I could be wrong.
They could have. I don't know. I'll look a little deeper into it while you.
Regardless, open 19 and a half, I believe, and now it's down to 17 and a half. I agree with you, man. Mississippi State, both these teams are very, very bad. I'm interested in the Delta Devils. Do I do it? I've had such torn feelings on this Delta Devils team as far as when do I fade them, when do I not, and they are 6-6 against the number. I don't know, man. I'm interested.
Yeah, I'm good. Unless there was a game they did not make note of, which would make zero sense whatsoever.
Right.
Because covers is always up to date. Yeah, they're 0-12. So be careful on that. If you do follow on Action, I've noticed that
they've had typos at least. When I look at head-to-head matchups and where the location was, it's been bad.
Location and Action's kind of been off on their shit. So you guys charge me an awful lot of fucking money to have that happen. Do what it does. So maybe fix your shit.
Figure it out.
So there you go. There you have it. Jackson State, Alabama State. Nah, I'm good. Nothing in that one. Washington State at Utah. I guess I kind of glossed over this one. Pac-12 matchup. Utah -1 home favorites. Anything for you here?
2.5, partner. I am interested in the Utes.
Damn,
I talked. Hey,
so am I.
What was it? Was it yesterday? I might have even said on our show because I think I backed Washington plus the 10 against Utah. Washington got that one done outright, and I said, hey, do not jump off the cliff if you're interested in Utah because that was just a specific matchup. I don't know, man. The Utes might have a good bounce back spot against the other Washington team here in the Pac-12. Especially with that movement, I'm interested. I'm interested in the Utes.
I'm really interested in the Utes. Holy cow! Yeah, they've been
Washington
a sneaky
State's
good
also
team.
been scuffling as well.
Yeah, and the Utes have been a sneaky good team, man. It's wow. Okay,
also taking care of business in this matchup as well. At least the last 5, as far as what I'm seeing immediately here.
I think that's getting added. That's getting added for sure. No question. There you go. All right, McNeese against Texas A&M Corpus Christi on a neutral floor. I'm good. Both those teams, couldn't tell you, no clue. Middle Tennessee against UNT. See, this one partner fucks with me because Middle Tennessee is 11.5 point dogs against UNT, who just lost by 6 to UAB.
Yeah.
And Middle Tennessee didn't sneak in the back door. They lost by 4 square fair outright, covered the +4.5. I don't know why they're up to 11.5. I can't figure it out. I know this is a Conference USA matchup. I think potentially, without looking deep into it, that UNT has owned Middle Tennessee in the last few matchups, but Middle Tennessee has been so fucking good, dude. What am I missing?
Who did you say UNT has won the last 3? Does that contradict what you said? I was trying to figure it out as you're saying.
That's what I was thinking.
Okay.
Like, UNT has been pretty damn good. That's what I was kind of, doggone. I don't know. I kind of lean to I lean to Middle Tennessee, but obviously getting that many points, you just can't do that.
It doesn't look like, as far as money splits, 56% of bets, 51% of money on Middle Tennessee. So it's not any. It doesn't look that crazy. I don't know.
Oh, fuck it. A half a unit. I mean, crying out loud. 11.5 points. They're not keeping it within 11.5, and they kept it within 11.5 against Memphis? Ah, come on, Mags. I think
I don't see any injuries aside from, this guy that they lost a month ago. I don't see anything else either way as far as that.
I think that's Fugazi. I'm gonna add the 11.5 for a little extra half unit sprinkle. Let's go. There you go. Next one up on tap. UNI against Missouri State Bears. Missouri State laying 4.5 at home. They're a much better team than UNI, but yeah, these 4.5 are really tricky unless you are confident in. Okay, like I know I have a couple forwards on my card here today, but unless you are confident in that four that that is the right side, they're gonna get that done by 6 or 8. The favorite is, or whoa, this dog is severely undervalued. If you can't firmly say that on either side, you gotta stay away on a 4.5.
Yeah.
It's just it's perfect. The books put them there for a reason.
I completely agree, and you and I. How's that?
You and I
have talked about UNI as a team that scuffled a lot, 6 and 7 straight up, but they've started out nicely in MVC play, and they've handled most state pretty handily the last handful of matchups the last few years. But then again, this is a UNI team that is down, so I don't know. And most state's good this year, man. Most state is along with Loyola probably top 2 in the conference this year. I think they get it done at home, but as far as that number, I'm staying away.
For sure. Ivy League matchup, Cornell and Princeton. Princeton has been an absolute wagon. Had a little trouble covering the number so far this year, but they have just been winning. Columbia at Pennsylvania. Good on that Ivy League matchup as well. No real value there. FGCU at Jacksonville. I was really interested in getting involved with our Dolphins, Mags, but I don't know what they do. I think they take care of business at home. They have. I was just looking at it. Did they flip? Have they not flipped? Yeah, they flipped.
Jacksonville's -1.
So what did I just tell you? No, they're +1.5 now on FanDuel Sportsbook. So what did I just tell you with my which one was it? Texas A&M. The Arkansas Razorbacks being +1.5, -122, getting severe juice, but the book's not moving that line at all. Yes. Jacksonville +1.5, -122 on the odds. It's the same spot. If I go anywhere, I go to Florida Gulf Coast because of that, but Jacksonville has been too good to us, so we can't fade the boys. We gotta keep the Dolphins in our good graces. So there you go. There you have that one. Iowa State, Oklahoma, Big 12, my friend. Did you gloss over this? Any action?
No.
What are we feeling here?
I have no idea. I'm wondering why the hell this Iowa State team, unless I'm missing something, am I missing something? Why are they +6.5 here? This team is rolling this year, man.
They're damn good. I think
they're the number 11 team in the land. Number 11 in the nation.
I know, and it's the classic. Think about how you're talking right now.
I know how I'm talking. That's kind of how I'm leading into here.
Oklahoma unranked. I mean, it's just
exactly.
Jiminy Christmas.
I was kind of being serious though. I just looked and it didn't look like anybody was really out for Iowa State. Am I missing something though?
Something, maybe. I don't know what. I don't know where, but yeah, something's not right.
So Oklahoma's good. Oklahoma is really good. They probably will be ranked eventually, and obviously if they get this one done, that'll probably be, if not in the rankings, knocking on the door. So
100%.
6.5, man. Goodness.
Jeepers creepers. Something's going on there, but it looks like Oklahoma's the sharp side too. So
yeah,
when you see a heavy-ranked team as an underdog, think twice. Okay, next one up. Notre Dame at Georgia Tech. Wow, why? Don't understand it. Georgia Tech, 1 point, home dog. Notre Dame has been rolling left, right, and center. I have no yones to get involved either way here. Partner, what say you?
I am fully out on this one. Notre Dame has been rolling at home this year. On the road, they have been brutal, but my friend, Georgia Tech, 2-8-1 on their home court, covering the spread. This one stinks as far as what these two teams do on home and road. So, I think Notre Dame's the better team, but they just don't look good when they go outside of South Bend. So I'm out on that one.
100%. All right, final stretch, kids. Here we go. Only a few more plays. Lock in. Here we go. Only a few more games. Next one up, Georgia at Kentucky. This is not football, my friends. Do not run to the 22 points with the Bulldogs, but don't think you need to lay the 22 with the Kentucky Wildcats either. So stay out of this one all in general. Next one up, partner, I believe we line up here one more time today. The Tennessee Volunteers go to Baton Rouge to play the Louisiana Go Tigers today. The Louisiana State Tigers are -1.5, maybe -2 point home favorites, depending where you're seeing them at. And I do have a play. You do as well, partner?
Yes, sir. We are lining up on this one for sure. Would you like to lay it down?
We are taking the LSU Go Tigers -2, -1.5, wherever you're seeing them. This, again, is another case. We literally just talked about it with Iowa State. This is another case of the higher-ranked team being the underdog, the public seeing that, and running to the window to try and get them hammered in. Everybody's buying into that. Do not buy into the public dog. Please, please, please. They're overvalued 1-1 straight up and against the number on the road. LSU's been killing it on their home hardwood, regardless of what spots you put them in. 9-0 straight up and against the number, coming off an electric cover against the team I just mentioned, the Kentucky Wildcats as -2 favorites, the exact same spot. And Will Wade has the boys buzzing. We talked about Will Wade almost all week long. He has the boys buzzing. Offenses are identical. Defenses pretty similar too, but LSU does have some solid edges there. 55.6 points per game allowed. First in ADE, fourth in opponent effective field goal, 10th in 2-point percentage, 10th in 3-point percentage allowed. Tennessee, 60.4 points per game points per game allowed. Second in ADE, 54th in opponent effective field goal, 40th in 2-point, and 105th in 3-point. So a little bit more lackluster across the board there for the Vols. I also think LSU controls the tempo, 52nd in tempo, adjusted tempo per KenPom, 85th for Tennessee. But one thing I want you to keep track of is LSU is 14th in offensive possession length, 246th in defensive possession length. So they really work teams defensively. Oh, yeah. Tennessee, 100th in offensive possession length, 193rd in defensive possession length. So something to think about there as well. Last but not least, I got the trends. LSU is great in this spot. I think they continue to roll. 5-1 ATS last 6 Saturday games. 13-4 ATS last 17 following a straight-up win. 11-4 against the number last 15 following an ATS win. 15-5-1 ATS last 21 home games. Tennessee, 2-5 ATS last 7 Saturday games, 1-4 ATS last 5 January games. Taking it back to LSU, that's 5-1 ATS last 6 meetings with Tennessee, and 7-3 against the number the last 10 meetings in Baton Rouge. Go Tigers! Give us all take it home, partner, of the LSU Tigers, -1.5, -2 as well.
Yeah, go Tigers, my friend. I don't have anything to add. You nailed just about everything on the head. I mean, top 2 teams in ADE, just defensive efficiency, LSU number 1, and you mentioned it. Slight edge on offense. I trust LSU's offense just a little bit more as far as consistency-wise. Mm-hmm. I've talked about both these teams. These are 2 of my favorite teams to back or at least watch in a lot of different spots. 2 of my favorite teams as far as how highly I think of them outside of maybe the top 10 teams, right? And I give the edge to LSU. I might give the edge to LSU if this one was on Tennessee's home court for my partner here. I give the rebounding edge to LSU, and LSU has won 5 of the last 6 meetings between these 2 teams, partner. So I love the Tigers today to take care of that one. This is since that Michigan State game got canceled, this is the game that I am looking forward to the most today by far.
Yeah, buddy. 100%. Okay, well, that's my last pick of the day, actually, partner.
Got one more.
You got one more? Okay, so we got 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 12, 14, 16, 18, 20, 2, 4, 6, 26 games left, so we can probably gloss over a few and have a little banter, get the fuck out of here. Looks like the wonderful Miss Natalia is on 46 of 61 items for your boy, so we are just...
Oh, there we go.
Perfect timing. So... Next one up on tap, Idaho Vandals against the Eastern Washington Eagles. Eagles, fuck them. This might be a fucking play. If Idaho wasn't so damn bad, actually they're not. They're 3-0 against the number on the road. If I wasn't so jaded from how bad Idaho was last year in the Big Sky, maybe this would be a fuck you play on Eastern Washington, because boy, oh boy, did they screw us against Montana. Oh my gosh, they screwed us on their home hardwood to boot. Get me out of this one. I don't need any bit of that action. I hope things change in the Big Sky here soon because shit is
I think they take care of that number. I got nothing on it, though.
Next one up, CUSA matchup, Florida Atlantic at Marshall. Anything from you, sir?
No, sir. Nothing for me on that one.
Next one up, Sam Houston State, Abilene Christian. I'm good on that one.
Nope.
San Diego going and playing the Don, San Francisco on the road. I'm good on that. Northern Arizona playing Southern Utah. NAU is not good enough to cover the 13, but I'm not really interested in laying that much chalk with a Southern Utah team that's 1-3 against the number at home. South Dakota against South Dakota State. South Dakota State hand over fist better than South Dakota, but no interest in laying 15.5 at home. Eastern Kentucky playing Bellarmine. Eastern Kentucky is the way better team, but 1-4 straight up on the road. Bellarmine 4-1 straight up at home. You be the judge. I have no idea. I'm staying on.
That's an interesting one, too. It looks
Very
like 99% of money on EKY, despite being a plus 1.5 dog.
Stop it.
Where I see
Stop it.
I don't know. I mean, low volume game, so I mean,
yes.
I don't know. I'm out. I'm out on that one.
I think I just added Bellarmine money line.
Did you?
Yeah,
Okay.
4-1 straight up against one. I mean, dude, Bellarmine money. That's interesting. That shouldn't be that low. Give me Bellarmine on the money line. Just a quick little
Okay.
ad, quarter unit sprinkle ad. I'll go through everything that we added that's not in the ticker too once we get through the last couple games here. Brown at Dartmouth. Anything from you?
No, sir. Nice cover from them last night, Brown, that is. But I'm out on that
shout
one.
out Bears. Shout out Bears for sure. Can't play SIU and Valparaiso. If I lean anywhere, I'd go to Valparaiso. Salukie's traditionally not good at all on the hardwood. Arkansas Little Rock against ULL Raging Cajuns. Raging Cajuns 11-point home favorite. I'm good on that. Louisville at Florida State. ACC matchup. Florida State laying 4.5 points at home. Partner, I kind of talked about that 4.5 spread just a little while ago about having faith, confidence on either side. I don't got it. Anything from you?
No, I want. This is a spot where, because of what I've thought of Florida State, but they've just on the road just been so brutal. I think they bounce back at home, right, and take care of business. I just don't quite have the faith. They've taken care of business, winning by anywhere from 5 to double digits the last 4 times between Florida State and Louisville. So I say later, don't play it. But if you don't trust the Seminoles, I totally understand.
I agree with you in that spot for sure. Next one up, Miami, Florida at Duke. Duke laying 15. Maybe Miami can cover that. I don't have any really solid, hard opinions on that one at all. Yeah. I don't know. Coach K's on the revenge tour, on his farewell revenge tour. That's what he's doing. Whatever. Utah State at New Mexico. Utah State 6-point road favorite, but I think that's a little bit overvalued. However, the Lobos have just not been a team that you're trying to put your money on. So decided to stay away in general. If I was betting, man, maybe this is the game it's coming from. Your last pick of the day, SEC matchup between the Florida Gators and the Auburn Tigers. No, it is not. I figured that might be just a little bit too much chalk. Auburn Tigers, 7.5-point home favorites. They are 7-0 straight up, 6-1 against the number on their home hardwood. Second road game for the Gators, 0-1 straight up and ATS so far on the road. If I'm going anywhere, I'm going to Auburn, but it's just a few too many points for me.
100% agree, and I'm still trying to figure out who the hell the Gators are because they'll show up. They could. I mean, I don't put it past them to win this damn game, despite how good Auburn is. I'm not betting on that by any means, but I'm staying away from this one.
All right, next one up. No, you ain't laying this chalk either. UCLA Bruins at the Cal Golden Bears. UCLA 9-point road favorites. I would side that way in this Pac-12 matchup, if anything, but. I don't know. I like betting on Mick Cronin and the boys. About a month somewhere. They're going to be a little bit tighter spreads, but CC John Rothstein, UCLA, and Mick Cronin more consistent than a few good men on a rainy Sunday. Now, I do believe it's got to be out of this next matchup. It's got to be out of this next matchup. Oh, maybe it's not. There's one other one I think it could be. 2 other ones I think it could be. Partner, is it out of this one? The Iona Gales and the St. Louis Billikens. Billikens, 3.5-point home favorites. I wanted to take the Billikens. I think they are the right spot here. But you know me and my Rick Pitino boys, the Gales. I love them.
Is this like conflicting the homerisms? I feel like you have a little bit of homerisms either way here.
Yes, 100%. That is exactly why I am not getting involved at all in this game, because I love the Billikens. I love the Gales. I think this is going to be an absolutely electric game to watch. Iona, this is like kind of one of those games. Iona kind of got their schedule just completely screwed because of their opponents and COVID and everything. This is one they kind of slotted in there. So I'm interested to see what happens. I didn't have the Yones to back either side because I am a homer for both of them, but I think it's going to be a good game.
Also, New York market looks like they're pouring some money on the old Gales here, man. 84% of money on the Gales, 65% of bets on Iona. I don't know. I am.
Holy shit! That just got
man.
You're just right. This is like that just got me on slew.
You think so? Okay. This is one of the biggest under the radar games. This should be a great game, man. I like both of these teams just as far as their talent level a lot.
Yeah. I think I'm on slew. I'm gonna stick it on there. I might take it off, but because I just don't want to fade Patino. I love Patino, and I don't.
Both these teams are really good.
They're good. Let's see here. Next one up: UC Riverside, UC Irvine. UC Irvine is no good whatsoever, but they are the favorite in this matchup. Riverside 5-0 straight up at home. Big West matchup. I would lean UC Riverside, but I don't know. Yeah, I wanted to get involved. I just can't. I can't get involved in this one. New Mexico State going to go up against the University of Texas Rio Grande Valley Vaqueros. Always like to stop and say that anytime we can. Vaqueros are the 10.5-point home dog. No interest in that one for me whatsoever. CELA, Southeastern Louisiana against Nicholls State, no thanks. Arkansas Pine Bluff against Texas Southern, SWAC matchup there for you, partner, but no thanks. Jacksonville State, Northern Alabama, no thanks. Southern Miss, Texas El Paso, UTEP, no thanks. Pepperdine Gonzaga, see you later. Now, I'm going to say the last one I'm going to say is the one that is the play that Mags will have the matchup out of. So it's not out of the St. Mary's Gales and BYU game. It is out of the Mississippi State and Ole Miss matchup. So, partner, the final game on tap that we have to cover, the last SEC matchup on tap. Please take it home. What's your final best bet of the day?
My final best bet of the day, partner, is the Bulldogs of Mississippi State, getting the 3-point cover, minus 3-point cover on the road against their bitter rivals, partner. Part of this for me, partners, I think Mississippi State is the better team by far. I don't know that Ole Miss is quite the dumpster fire that we thought they were opening up the season, but they have since, they obviously surged a little bit. Now they're falling back once again, and I do not think they're a very good team. I don't think they're a tournament team. Whereas this Mississippi State team, I think they are a really, really good team, a really good big dark horse in the SEC. Going to be making some waves. They just have not had any type of national spotlight on them whatsoever. So the public has almost no perception on them again. Whereas people have seen Ole Miss from time to time taking care of business in certain spots and not taking care of business in certain spots. I think this is a prove-it spot for Mississippi State. Like I said, just being a much, much better team in this one. And that's really what I'm relying on here, partner. I'm going to try and pull up. I lost somehow my Ken Palm ratings on this one, but Mississippi State, please trust me, they are the much better team. Mississippi coming in at 98th per Ken Palm on overall rankings. 195 on the offensive end, whereas Mississippi State all the way up at 38th, top 40 team in the country, according to Ken Palm. Excuse me on that little voice crack there. 12 years old again. 30th in the nation, adjusted offensive efficiency, while 64th on the defensive side. And Mississippi, that split 42 on the defensive end. They're a decent defensive team, but that offense is not going to be able to keep pace with the Bulldogs, in my opinion, here. That line has been sticking right at 3 all day today, as far as I have seen. So give me the Bulldogs laying the points on the road. They're going to get rolling in the SEC here and make a run for this thing, man. I put them just below a few of these top teams, Kentucky, LSU, Tennessee. I think they're right underneath those teams, man. I like the Bulldogs a lot this year. Give me the -3 on the road today.
I like that a lot. It's in the ticker, my friend. Let's wrap things up here. The few ads that you don't see in the ticker, I officially got all of my stuff just locked in. I was kind of trying to track it while you were wrapping up there. Backing you on the Virginia plus the 5. Added also OK State plus the 2.5. University of Texas Arlington Mavs plus the 2.5. Ball State Cardinals plus 1.5. TCU Horned Frogs plus 9.5. Middle 10 plus 11.5. Utah minus 2. Bellarmine money line, and I'm backing you as well. Mississippi Tate minus 3. Anything else you got additional?
Yeah, on my side of things, let's see. I've added your St. John's play. I got them at plus 3.5, my friend. I added Oklahoma State plus the 2.5 points. I added Ball State plus the 1.5 points.
Yes, sir.
Added your Wofford Terriers minus 2 on my side of things, my friend, as well as the TCU Horned Frogs. And the Utah Utes minus 2.5. Love that line movement a lot. That is all I've got so far, my friend.
Yeah, all of those, I'm really glad we had an opportunity to talk through a couple of those, because a couple of them I was leaning really hard, and it was like, oh, shit, yeah. Like, actually, this makes a lot of sense the more that I look at this.
Because honestly, that Utah one was the one where it's like, exactly what I said yesterday on our daily show. I think Utah bounces back, and then it was all I needed was that little 1.5 point line movement, my friend.
Ooh, boy, oh boy. All right, so 2 more for me to track. We'll wrap everything up here. Let me do this because I just want to have them checked. So when we get done with the show, we're just good to rock and roll. So Bellarmine, go ahead if you got anything.
Did you have any thoughts on that St. Mary's BYU game? I honestly somehow that one might have been just with that being like the last game of the night. I kind of glanced past that one. Looks like a lot of money coming in on BYU, man.
Might have a little bit of action. St. Mary's SMC plus 3.5. Man, I mean, I'm not opposed to it. I mean, last game of the night, maybe a little late night sweat. Honestly, maybe we talk about it. I don't know.
That's what I'm thinking, man. Both these teams are really good. That's another under the radar, really good game, man.
I agree with you there. All right, everything's tracked. You can find it all on the Action Network app. And make sure I got my units right. I'll put half unit on that one. And we did full all the rest of... Yep. Okie dokie.
Keep forgetting we got NFL action today, too.
Ooh,
man. Goodness.
Yeah, I mean, it doesn't matter much for the price of corn, you know.
I don't like it, though, as far as value.
I don't either. So there you go. There you have it, my friends. The entire collegiate basketball slate for today. Beautiful Saturday of bets, January the 8th, 2022. Groceries will soon be inbound for your boy. Need to get some old vittles in the system. Got some meal prepping to do. Yada, yada, yada. Oh, we got a little replacement I got to make sure. Okay, yep, we're all good there. We seem to be in good working order. Okay, well, you see in the ticker, scrolling, perfect time to mention it, all of our plays for today, all of my best bets, all of Mag's best bets. We talked through some additional stuff, added. I have a shitload of action. I think I have 19 plays now with everything I added, so be sure to stay tuned to all of that. You can get it on the Action app. I'm at cash_with_Colt. Riley's at RMags in all caps, and all of the Talking the Line best bets at the TTL pod are at Talking the Line. You can also find them all on talkingtheline.com, today's best bets tab, or on the Chalkboard app. Follow us, download it on the App Store, or follow them as well, Chalkboard at Chalkboard HQ on the Twitter app, as well as follow the Talking the Line board, and then go jump over yonder in the one of our random channels. Go back and forth with us. Let's have a blast. Let's talk some shit. Outside of that, nothing else I think I'm forgetting. Make sure, you stop by talkingtheline.com. You can find everything else all in between. No UFC. One more week. There's been a shitload of news, though. We got Derek Lewis and Ty Bam Bam Tuivasa.
Dude.
Are you kidding
Is that like the most... Aside from maybe the most marquee names in the sport, is that like the most fan favorite?
Let's go.
Perfect slugfest you could possibly ask for.
I can't wait. God. I can't wait. There's that, and then rumblings have it that Khamzat Chimaev is going to be fighting Gilbert Burns. Gilbert Burns making his return to the cage. I can't wait. This year for UFC is going to be electric.
Poirier was making some waves. Didn't he post a graphic of him and Diaz, right?
Mm-hmm. Doing some shit there. So maybe we got a little Dustin Poirier and Nick Diaz. Who knows? There's some shit coming, man. But for today, it's all college basketball, everything in between. So without further ado, we got Saturdays to get to. You got Saturdays to get to. It's time to relax. It's time to watch some tickets cash. It's time to run to the pay window time and time again on this beautiful Saturday of bets. Outside of that, partner, Anything else I have failed to deliberate about, banter about, discuss, talk about on this show?
No, sir. That was a hell of a show. Thank you once again as far as being here with me.
Hey,
for this beautiful Saturday morning, dude.
Absolutely. I'm going to chug the rest of this real quick.
Yeah, no kidding. I had like fucking 2.5 cups over here.
Woo! That's how we're starting Saturday, boys and girls. Be sure to like, follow, subscribe. Everything all in between. You know, you can only watch this Cup of Joe on Campus Pod, but you also got the Talking the Line podcast available on podcast directories, as well as the Wise Words Pod. Wise Words Podcast back in action this upcoming Wednesday. Season 2, Episode 6, dropping at 12 p.m. Central Standard Time. Can't wait to bring that one to you guys. But for today, make sure you do all of that nonsense. And from myself and the legendary Riley RMags Magnuson, we hope you have a spectacular rest of your Saturday, filled with nothing but trips to the pay window unless you have any other plans. Thank you for all of your support, your following, your likes, your shares, your comments. From the bottom of our hearts, we appreciate each and every one of you. Check it one more time, scrolling on down there yonder before you get on out of here. Get all of today's best bets locked in so you can say right alongside me and my partner every Saturday and at the end of every single show we do. Let's cash some tickets.
About destroyed my elbow there.
Have a spectacular day, everybody.